All right, good morning, everybody. Whoa. All right, if you can hear. Oh, is my mic a little hot or do I? I don't know. I think my mic. How do I sound? Give me a one if I sound okay. It sounds like I might be a little hot though. Let me check. I mean, not like physically. You know what, Mike? Yeah, when how did Mike get it at 100? Okay, let's bring that down to 77. Okay, so I apologize if I still sound fine to all of you. It's hard. Okay, should sound better. But yeah, that was definitely running a bit aggressive. All those ones. A little loud. Okay, that would make sense. But it should now sound back to as it normally does. Well, I know you guys can turn your speakers down, but anyways, we'll go with it. Cool. It sounds better. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, very quickly, for those of you that watch us in the archive, thank you very much. But to just be very upfront with you, if you want to have something to continue to watch in the archive, then this is completely viewer supported. And the best way to support it, and the good news is you save yourself some money anyways by supporting, is to use code CLAY, all caps, with any of these prop firms. I recommend Take Profit Trader. I think they're the king of the business. And right now they are still running their 50% off flash sale. So 50% off your account, zero activation fee, and that is for the lifetime of the account. So very good deal right now. But if you're with any of these other prop firms, and like I said, you want to help support the stream, code CLAY, all caps. So for those of you that have done that, I appreciate it. And you're playing a big role in just continuing the stream can moves forward, because at the end of the day, there are no sponsorships. So in a very business blunt standpoint, code CLAY is going to be ultimately required. All right. Let's get this party officially started. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I'll get to the introduction, but I think we're looking at potentially a short here, right at this pivot point. Okay, I'm short. I'm out for a little scalp. I don't even know how much I made on that scalp, but okay, we got to stay focused because I like how I have a very well-defined stop there too. So maybe looking for, let's see how this candle finishes. So this candle's got about 45 seconds, and then we'll go from there. But so welcome everybody. Good morning. It is Friday, May 22nd. The year is 2026. And we are off to the crazy week continues. Correct me if I'm wrong. Today felt a little less crazy than the past couple of days. Now at 10 a.m. when the news came out, it got pretty spicy. But I don't know. It seems a little less crazy. However, if history continues, if we have a repeat of Wednesday and Thursday, I'm nicely green right now. But you know what? We just got to get to the halfway point of this live stream, and then the wheels will fall off, and I will end red on the day. So, okay, this is looking good, and I will indeed get another. Okay, so short, stop. There we go. So looking to get short at the red line. Love the candle here that formed. Let's see if it wants to come up here. And once again, get rejected, but really, really like that candle. In fact, if you're already getting short right now, I don't blame you. We'll see. We'll let hindsight be our judge. Maybe I should just be getting short right here and not wanting it to come up here, because if it just drops here, I'm going to feel pretty stupid for wanting it to come up there. But we'll see what happens. Or who knows? Maybe it comes up here, stops me, and then, or hits me, fills me, and then stops me out. That's always possible too. But I had no idea. But again, to pat myself on the back, because part of my morning routine, as it should be yours, especially as a prop firm trader, is checking my email. I noticed that the markets are, that Memorial Day is actually this Monday. For some reason, I thought it was not this Monday, but the following Monday. But it's this Monday, so markets close at 1 p.m. Eastern this Monday. I think I'm going to come and just do a morning stream like I do in the holidays. But I got to talk with my wife on that one. But I'm planning on being here on Monday for a few hours at the open. But I expect the open to be, I don't know. Doggone it. See, so that's what I mean. For those of you that were like, this is the power of independent thinking, by the way. For those of you that were like, Clay, I agree with the short. However, I disagree with your entry. I'm not going to get up there. I want to get in right now. Well, congrats. You just got yourselves a nice potential scalp, if not more. Oh, that yes, and the flash sale was extended. So I think I don't, who knows at this point. I saw somebody out there say that again, I am in pure speculation mode, that they thought 50% was going to be the new normal deal. I'm getting warmer and warmer to that idea just because they keep extending it. But like I said, I'm not going to die on that hill. But I'm getting warmer to the idea that maybe the 50% off is going to be their new normal. And that way, maybe they're trying to counterbalance it when that resets are no longer $100 across the board. Maybe I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to, like I said, that is no inside ball. That is pure and utter speculation on my part. But yes, the flash sale did get extended again. So either way, 50%, very, very good deal on Take Profit Trader. Code Clay. Yeah, Nolan, that's what I thought. That is what I thought, and that honestly rubs me the wrong way. I don't think that's right how they did that. I mean, you bought a subscription with certain terms. And if they did disclose that somewhere, I have no idea where they disclosed it. It must have been buried somewhere in the fine print. But I'm assuming they did disclose that somewhere. But like I said, I didn't see that anywhere. Because every deal they've ever done, that even right now, the 50% off, like that's what they're bragging about. Hey, lock it in right now, and for the lifetime of the account, you'll still always get the 50% off. Even though the deal has changed, because you locked it in at this point in time, you'll still get the 50%. So, yeah, I'm not impressed. Not impressed. Yes, I do. I love Take Profit Trader, but I'll also call things out where I don't like it. I did not like when they got rid of their daily draw or their daily loss limit. I thought that was kind of a good built-in account protector. I understand the other counterpoint to that would be, well, hey, just let me trade. Just let me trade. And it's like, yeah, but sometimes a daily loss limit is a good thing because you shouldn't be trading. Now, granted, when they got rid of that rule, that's when their business really jumped up. But I did a video on it too way back when, just saying, yeah, I don't really like how they got rid of that one. But on the flip side, yeah. Did I just miss my entry? No, I canceled that order out. Let's see. Yeah, right now I don't really want to get short, but if I do get long, I'd want to see it pull back a little bit more. Oh, I'm just saying this was maybe like a year and a half ago or so. They used to have a daily loss limit. Take Profit Trader did, but they got rid of that rule. So if you want to blow up your account the first day you have it, they'll let you blow up your account the first day you have it. How are all your days going? Good, bad, green, red, terrible, fantastic, got a payout? Or I should say qualified for a payout? Hey, Rogue. How are all your days going, though? It's new truck. Ooh, new truck day, huh? So you're getting, what kind of truck are you going to get? Clawing back. Solid day on 3 accounts. Good job, Rebel. And it's that time of day. Things to say. Mixing some. Ooh, Rebel's in a very poetic mood. Green so far. Snooze Fest. AT4. I don't even know why. I have no idea what an AT4 is. Yeah, I'm not a car person, so I have no idea why I asked that. Like I would understand what you would tell me. Bad loss. Yeah, sorry to hear, Nero. There were some spicy moves. One spicy move was if you forgot about the news at 10, this news candle here, or this 10 a.m. candle delivered for sure. Now, to be fair, you can't play victim because this was not a random news event. This was not a random Trump tweet. This was on the economic calendar. So, yeah. And I'm thinking of a long here. This is looking like it's... I mean, 5 minute looks good. This looks good. Yeah, it's struggling with this pivot point, but I do like how it's maintaining itself. Hey, JJ. Oh, it's a GMC? Gotcha. Okay, trying to get long here. Okay, I am long. See if we can get the breakout. Breakout specifically of this dotted brown line, which is the pivot point, which just dawned on me today. For some reason, the pivot points decided to show up on my 2-minute. They always show up on my 5-minute time frame, but it is random on the 2-minute, and I have no idea why that is. So let's see if this thing wants to get moving up through that pivot point or not. War shined it soon at White House. Good day so far. Still waiting on pro account. When did you pass, John, if you're still waiting? And did you sign all the required paperwork? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I tried it. Not, yeah. 9:30. I am not streaming, though, because I am with the private community making alerts and stuff like that. I passed Wednesday and signed yesterday. Okay, should be soon then. Come on, let's get that break. Let's go. Let's go. Like I said, looking at the 5-minute, even now, this 5-minute candle is almost done. We're going to have 2 hammers back to back. I'm not, yes, I know it keeps bumping its head on the pivot point, but I don't think I'm too crazy to think that these hammers are a leading indicator that the price might be getting ready to push up through. Yeah, look at the 5-minute. Confirmed, 2 hammers in a row. Like I said, no guarantee. Just because you have hammers does not mean it's going to break through levels. But like I said, my point is I don't think I'm crazy to think there's a chance it could break through those. Look at that. That pivot point, again, smacked it back down. JJ, I did that a couple weeks ago on a Friday. The experiment, it did not go well. I was thinking about, maybe I can do it like every Friday, but it, like I said, it did not go well. Very bad numbers. To be fair, I know. Well, it was one, people maybe didn't know if you build more of a routine, and all those are fair points, but come on. Get going now. Get going. Just in case. Oh, okay. Did I get that one hit? I did. All right, good. All right, let's make sure this is a green trade. Stop is in green territory, so this will officially, come on, hit that next target. Thank you, brother. So this will be now a green trade. Just a question of how much of a green trade, because I don't know how high this might want to go. Next target we'll put up there at the overnight high. So again, my risk right now is I make 7 points. I like that. I like when my risk is making 7 points. So risk is I make 7 points, reward, again, unknown, because I don't know the future. I have no idea how high up this will go. So we will see if this thing wants to get more momentum behind it, but it is easy to wait and see when you know that even if you're stopped out, you're still making 7 points. So now we just got to sit here. See if it wants to make. Uh-oh. Get back. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I hear the weather's nice up here. Come on, push. What's up, CPO3? Don't you mean C3PO? Trump is swearing in Warsh at 11 just for in case price spikes. Roger that. 4 green and locked. 6 more to go. Man. Are people taking our terms now? Are our terms spreading crazy? That's funny. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I had never heard of the scalpy scalp before. So yeah, it sounds like that may be spreading. That's funny. Nolan, you got to do what you think is most comfortable. I don't know. You have to. I have no idea. We're all unique. The furthest I can push my recommendation is, I think it's smart to contemplate and think about. So now if I get stopped out, I'm still making like 9 points. So I like when my risk is making 9 points, reward unknown. Again, risk is making 9 points. Long-term target, 29,680. No, that's not too far away. 29,680, that's just right up here. Hey, Jimbo. Uh-oh. My trade ovate just logged out and uh-oh. Did I get stopped out? I did. Okay. All right, stopped out on that one. So overall, a decent trade. Maybe I'm being too pessimistic, but like this is as to be expected, given that the new pattern developed on Wednesday and then yesterday is first half of the live stream, very solid. Nothing to, write home about, but hey, good solid stuff. And then we'll hit that 2-hour mark of the live stream, and then the wheels will fall off, and I'm probably going to be closing red. If I use the Clay, do I get it? No, code Clay, and again, not to nitpick Bobus, but it's got to be all caps. So Clay, all caps, gets you the 50% off and then 0 activation fee. So it gets you the same exact deal that, Take Profit Trader, if you use their code, it's the same deal. You get the same exact thing by using code Clay. Yeah, there you go. Exactly, Nolan. So that sounds like, as I'm pretty sure you know, because I recognize your name, this is all a game of mental management, right? Like, it is all about managing the voices, and if you think that from your mental health standpoint, it would be good to not blow it, then that makes a lot of sense to me. Stop loss was too tight. Cool. Thanks for letting me know in hindsight, Steve. I appreciate that. That was a good call on your part, brother. Let's see. Here. Boswell, there you go. You can get the details there. That's what it entails. Thank you, Bobas. I appreciate you using the code. Yes, it does. Dieter, Dede, March. I'm sorry. It does, yes. Code Clay gives you the 50% off for the life of the account and 0 activation fee. And I don't want to nitpick, but when you guys are saying code Clay and then all lower, like it's got to actually be all caps because the program is case sensitive. So it is Clay in all caps. Hey, KRT. Hey, Greg. Would that next target have been hit? Maybe. I can't remember exactly where I had it. I don't know if I would have quite been hit. Boswell, dude, just go to the link. Go to the link. I send you the link for the reason. Why ask for the link if you're just going to keep asking me questions, brother? Hey, Elusive. Yeah, no, and no problem, Boboss, and I appreciate you using code Clay, feeding hungry children. Very kind of you. Still long 10 micros from 627. All right, sounds good. Thank you, I appreciate that. Deta Mars. I don't know. Debt. Can I just call you Debt? Thank you, Debt. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. All right, we are right here at the overnight high. Wait. What is up with that? My 5-minute is showing the blue line as if I'm in. Look. Okay, let me refresh. Maybe that has me a little worried. So let me just refresh the platform here. Check my 5. Is the blue line gone? It is. Okay, it's gone. That was weird. No, I'm not going long here. I could see it maybe pushing through, but I just don't trust it enough for a genuine breakout. By the way, I mean, how cruel was this? This dump here, you got to think finally put people into like the bearish mindset. Like, okay, it is finally officially let go. Just a whoop. Crazy. And then you got to think, maybe, depending. But you probably had longs that were, trying to play this area right here, looking for a bounce off this general area. And then this right here, probably, I would assume, knocked many of them out on the long side just to see that. Did you get cooked on that move? Hey, Johnny. Yeah, I think this move here was maybe right. Okay, this was kind of rough too, kind of. But you had these candles. I could see people trying to get long right here. And then this knocks them out. And then up it goes here. Granted, this one rolled back over. So this wasn't like a huge thing. But I would say this right here was probably the cruelest move of the day. That one, you can't claim cruelty. That was 10 a.m. news. News was on the economic calendar. So you can't really cry victimhood on that one. This was a little rough. Came down here, some nice little hammers, and then pulled back even more. But like I said, in my opinion at least, this has not been like the past few days where it was just like one tricky move after another tricky move. The first candle, I mean, yes and no. And I say that because it's the market open. Like the market open, there's a reason why people don't trade the first candle or the first 5 minutes because it's just pure chaos. So I hear ya, but it's a very well-known fact that the first candle can be diabolical, right? It's the random ones at 1:33 p.m. in the afternoon that just get all crazy. It's like, well, where did that come from? And it's a random tweet, our news event, something like that. It's those that I can understand frustration, and it's those where I'm like, I think you're crazy to not be trading in a prop firm because, especially with the Trump, the Trump tweet threat. If you're using your own funds and you're on the wrong side of a Trump tweet or one of these random news things, man, that could hurt in a hurry. But yes, claiming victimhood, playing the opening 5 minutes, you're not going to get very much compassion from me. And this is coming from somebody that doesn't mind trading the first 5 minutes. But it's the first 5 minutes. It can be very diabolical. Hey, Meech, what happened yesterday, man? You had a rough one yesterday. Holy smokes, Meech. You heard it. Meech is here to tell us buy low, sell high. Hey, good morning, Timbo. Good job, Cease. CC Styles, good job. Hey, Catmain. You just really understanding the importance of risk management. Because it's a very bizarre concept to think, trading is about making money. So if you're losing money in a trade, you feel like a failure, and it seems like, well, if I lose money, then I'm failing because the point is to make money. But as soon as it realized, okay, let me be good at quitting. Let me be a good loser. Then that's where things start to change. Those that are really good at losing are the most successful traders. That may not make sense to you, but if you've been around long enough, you know exactly what I mean. Be a great loser. Great losers are very good traders. Going long, high of today is a magnet at this point. I'm going long, high of day is a magnet at this point. Yeah, maybe. Hey, good job, Black Sheep. At the end of the day, Meech, you got to just, I think you've done this before. So I think yesterday, Meech, what threw us all off, you had so many words, just empty words, which you know, you're not new around here, are worthless. Words are worthless. Numbers provide ultimate clarity. So Meech, today, just give us some numbers so we can best understand what you're trying to do. Because even that comment right there, okay, that doesn't mean anything though, right? Buy now seriously means nothing because you'd have to ask, well, where is now? Can you give us a number, right? So even buy right now doesn't technically mean anything because we don't know how you're defining or where now is for you. Hey, good morning, rookie. But I do understand if you're brand new, you maybe already logged off. I just heard the dumbest thing ever. This guy said that the best losers are the best traders. I'm well aware that sounds like a contradiction. It's not though. It's not. I rinse 3, take profit. Is silver is silver starting to move again? You rinsed 3, take profit trade on a complete gamble, but I okay. I mean, shout out to you for realizing it was a gamble. So I'll take that as opposed to like trying to lie to yourself and tell yourself that it was done with like some sort of skill. Hey, good morning, loud work. Maybe it was yeah, you know it was a gamble. And you're like, honestly, I don't even know what I traded. It was either gold or silver. Maybe it was orange juice. Maybe it was pork bellies. I don't even know what I traded, Clay. But it was yes, that definitely the evidence is continuing to add up that it was indeed a gamble. So as for you Jeff Foxworthy people, the redneck stuff, you may be a degenerate if you don't even know what you traded. That may, I should do a YouTube video like that, or like a short. I wonder if that would catch on. Try to, rip off the Jeff Foxworthy. You might be a redneck if. You might be a degenerate if. You don't even know what you traded, but you made money. Good. Of course it makes sense for Blossom because Blossom's smart. Okay, thank you, Meech. That is the Meech I know and love. Right there, the Meech with 3 numbers. Thank you, brother. It's good to have you back. Yeah, so I'm not a big race car guy, but I'm enough in that world to at least know who Kyle Busch was. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. I guess I didn't even realize, though, that they don't even have a cause of death right now on that. I'm interested in a potential short at the white line. That is the high of the day. So that would just be, trying to play potentially some sort of double top. Mango, you're here all the time. In fact, you're the guy that's like, I'm here, I'm back. So you think very highly of yourself, Mango. Right? You think very highly of yourself, right? The price action earlier today was bonkers. Was it? I don't know. We had this discussion. I'll agree there was a couple dirty moves, but other than that, I thought everything kind of made sense for the most part. Okay, Mango, this is NQ trades on the day. This is MNQ trades on the day. Again, same account, just two different contracts. That's an SNL character too, isn't it, Mango? You're welcome, sir. Okay, so right now you're looking, so Meech looks like a potential break. Smart entry would be at 670. Okay, so right now you're waiting for the price to come down to you, Meech. Okay, yeah. So Meech wants to buy a little bit of a pullback, and he thinks the pullback will be over at 670. Fair enough. His target would be 725. So he thinks that it will push at least 5 points above the high of the day, and his stop is at 645. Right here. So there we go. See, it's so much better. So we know that Meech, see, we were like, well, I would buy a pullback. Why that is worthless is because, yeah, but where do you think the pullback is done? Because obviously that's where you would want to buy, right? But if you just give an entry point, we now know where Meech thinks that the pullback, so he thinks a pullback could happen, and he thinks the pullback will stop at 670. So there is his entry point right there. That's right where he thinks that the pullback will stop. See? Isn't that cool how if you just give a number, it provides ultimate clarity? Like it defines all terms. It's crazy. The power of numbers, it's wild. No, I would already miss the move. Well, dude, Meech, did you literally just give us a trade plan with hindsight in your favor, Meech? Come on, brother. But my logic is not shorting in a clear uptrend. Yeah, but I mean, that's just where I disagree with that logic. And here's why. Here's a very clear uptrend, okay? The white lines represent the upward trend line, the lower trend line. Yellow line here represents the price. So this is a clear uptrend. Very clear uptrend. Now, maybe I'm stupid. But I will be shorting right here. I will be shorting in a clear uptrend. In fact, I would argue going long there in a clear uptrend makes no sense. So yes, I have zero problem going short in a clear uptrend because in this situation, I'm going short right there. But I'm stupid, so that probably makes no sense. But that's what I do. So yeah. I'm just not on the same page with, I'll never short in an uptrend. Okay. I will. Right when I click on the short Instagram Mango video. Eli, yeah. Again, Mango, or not Mango, Meech, all these M's. Just give us numbers. Preferably not after everything's already happened. I love that strategy. Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, maybe I'm stupid, but like if I see a price rejected off a certain area 8,000 times, I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll reject again. Okay, I'm still watching for a potential short up around there. Very hard to get short up here. Then bulls want 30K. I mean, or maybe the bears want to smack it back down again like it did here. I'm scared. Well, good thing there's a such thing as a stop loss, brother. Stop loss are for the scared folk. It's the dreaded 3 days with no market open. No, there's no 3 days. It opens on Sunday at 6 p.m. It just closes a little early on Monday, and then it'll open back up. So what? The futures market on Monday is closed for 5 hours. You'll be okay. I think you'll be okay with the futures market closed for 5 hours longer than normal. You'll be all right, Ty. You'll be okay, brother. No, I mean regular market open. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But who knows? In this new cycle, for all we know, it's going to be amazing open. Yeah, I have used the ATM. Yeah, the ATM up here. Yeah, I got some in there. See, I got some in there. Mondays without trading are sad. Well, that's what I mean, though. You can trade on Monday. I hope to be. I plan on streaming the open at Monday. So you will have trading on Monday. It just will be not as long as normal. So all you degenerates, you'll only go through, you'll go through 4 hours more of withdrawal than normal. Because every day you go through 1 hour of withdrawal, right? Because the futures market is closed from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Monday, yes, it'll be closed an extra 4 hours. So you'll have 5 hours of withdrawal you'll have to go to. I stopped using it. Well, no, I mean, I'll use it in certain circumstances. So I haven't completely stopped using it. But per your question, have I used? Yes, I have used and still do use it. Meech, again, Meech. I am not as smart as you. You saying all these words and this, that, and the other. Just give us trade plans. I promise I can better understand what you're asking me and saying if you were just to give a trade plan. I get the shakes after 45. Oh, well, yeah. Monday's going to be rough for you. If you get them after 45 minutes, holy smokes. So we are in no man's land for me. I'm not going long here. I would be interested in a long down here. I'm not getting short here either. I am interested in a short up there. So like right now, kind of just putzing around, waiting to see what plays out. It is, yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. I was just actually looking at that. There does seem to be a tight little rising wedge here. But, like I said, just for, I guess I don't like it enough to really do anything about it. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe it was, I don't know if I want to put this line in place, because if I put this line in place, I'm gonna tempt myself with it. All right, there we go. Well, the rising wedge has technically already been broken at this point. So there is the little miniature rising wedge that Nathan pointed out and that I was kind of keeping an eye on, which has broken. So we'll see if it gets any follow through, which it is. Doggone it! Did you take it, Big Tick? That's true, Deadeye. Yeah, if you're that much of a degenerate, there is always crypto. Good point. I forgot about that. Way to go long at retracement to enter. 635. Okay, so you're looking for a big old retracement. Fair enough. Boswell, no, this is how it works. goodness, some of you are so just like, I need video. No, you don't. Let me put it this way. If this is not good enough, if you can't read a picture, so like, right here. So here's an example from this. Oh, this was funny. So when I was prepping to just get my social media stuff out there, and I was putting it on Twitter, you can see right here my hashtags, and I copied that in, and then that was one of the suggestions. I'm like, I thought about going with it, but I didn't know what sort of demographic we would be attracting with that sort of hashtag. But that was, I just wanted oil, but anyways. So like right here, this is an example from the chat this morning. Going into the open, I mapped out on the 5-minute how the ES had a bull pennant, right? So do you actually need video for this, or if you can look at a picture and understand what's going on there, then yes. Man, that rising wedge showed up big. I did, yeah. We talked about the TPT extended the sale until Tuesday. All right, I am looking for a long down here at that area. So if it wants to pull back a bit more. Did you take it? Big Tick? No, I'm not messing with ES, but I make alerts because I know people in the private community do trade ES. Yeah, no, it's a good sale. 50% off is definitely not the norm. My trading plan is not enter short at 29. Well, Meech. See, that's what I mean. Thank you for saying that, but that was, you gave us your trading plan. So I realize you're not looking to get short. I realize you wanted it to pull back here to 35. Did I just? No, I would not have been filled. It would have been very close though. All right, well, the rising wedge did play out very nicely. No, Meech said he was getting in at 635. He's waiting for a retracement to go long at 635. So his entry is way down here. Stopped and right back up. Always annoying. Always annoying on that. The earlier one was 720. No, but I don't know. No, that he said that was like some sort of hindsight thing. I don't know. All I know is that right now he's waiting for it to come down to 635. And his stop is at 610. Again, Meech, we just need numbers, man. We just need numbers. Peruvian. I don't know if I've ever heard of Peru. Maybe I've heard of it and I just call it something different, but sounds pretty good. Dang, Meech. Why don't you buy right here, man? Come on, brother. 635, not even close. Yeah, I would not have been filled there. I was interested, but so this makes me feel. Oh, I don't know. Had I even had my order in there, I might be a little angry. Like, oh man, you got so close to filling me, but I never did submit my order. But even if I did, I would not have been filled. As much as as much as the voice in my head, the hindsight voices are like, oh yeah, you would have been filled, dude. You would have been like right there. Sure, I would have voices in my head. Sure, I would have. No, I would have been down here. Well, there we go, Meech, and that's the point. Now that we have numbers, we know that there was no fill. Whereas, again, I'm complimenting Meech because some people would show up and say, yeah, buy the pullback and it'll go up. But they don't define like where they would actually buy the pullback. So right now that person would be sitting here saying, see, I was right. I told you so. Well, yeah, it's easy to say that. But, I mean, in Meech's case, yeah, he can't say that. Again, to his credit, because he had enough courage to give us an entry point, which is way down here. So that's why we're such sticklers for numbers. Because you can be right about a pullback, but if you're not right about where the entry point is because it doesn't pull back enough, well, then you actually weren't right. I just don't short the first red candle I see. Oh, I will sometimes, Meech. Sometimes I'll short. I don't even wait for a red candle, Meech. I'm like, where are green candles at? I'm shorting them. Like right now, I might be shorting some green candles here. Yours that's... Oh, McLeese. That's rough. I had one of those, what was it, Tuesday? Like going into the at the end of the stream. There was a huge spike down, and some of you were here, and it missed me by like a tick, and then it immediately went back up like 30 points or something. That was rough. Why? It's been going up for an hour. Meech, I'm trying to be nice to you, but like you're either just now rage baiting or your brain is not able to connect basic forms of logic. Like I said, if this is an uptrend, dude, because your question is, well, why would you short in an uptrend if it's been going up? So per your premise, let's say this represents an hour. This is what's been going on for the past hour. And if I were to tell you, yeah, it's been going up for the past hour and I'm getting short right there. If you cannot understand why I would be doing so, you either have very, very terrible pattern recognition or you are just rage baiting. Like, under your premise, that has been going up for an hour. I'm going to short there. Again, if you can't see why I would short there, once more, the white is representing the price action. Blue is just representing this upward trend line and lower trend line, which is showing the uptrend. If you don't understand why I would go short there, you're either rage baiting or you have terrible, terrible pattern recognition. I long the first green candle I see. Cool. I'll go long at the bottom of your blue line. Yeah, well, I would also go long there, but I'd also go short at the top. So I'll double my gains. Well, it's not even that, Zach. Like, I didn't even specify if that was a scalp or not. I just drew a basic pattern. That's why I say either, if you don't understand why, in that example I drew, if you don't understand why I would go short where I drew where I was, there's two possible outcomes. You're either terrible at pattern recognition or you're just joking around and rage baiting. Right. I am trading patterns. I'm trading, just kind of things that I would call obvious. Hey, good morning, Evan. And that's why I'm not a huge fan of just like stupid rules. Like, I will never short an uptrend. It's like, yeah, but what happens if you have one of those situations I just drew? Why would you not short there? And then if you don't want to short an uptrend, that's fine. But to be like, it's so stupid to shorten uptrends. I don't know. Per my example, per my hypothetical, calling that stupid. I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch. Trump swearing in Warish feed just went live, so that will be happening soon. Didn't you say it was supposed to happen at 11? So are they over 30 minutes late for that? I don't know if it was you. I could have sworn somebody said it was supposed to happen at 11. I am interested in a long down here still, if it wants to pull back some more. There are so many trading styles we can't speak in absolutes with trading. Yes. I know what you're saying. There are some absolutes, but like I know what you're saying. Down in the nooks and crannies, there are no like nooks and cranny absolutes. Like an absolute, trading is ultimately all about risk management. That would be an absolute. But like, how do you manage risk? What does that look like? Okay, that's where I agree with what you're, and I know that's what you're saying. Like there's no absolutes like down in the weeds. Nothing is absolute. Well, what about the statement you just made? Is that absolute or no? There are no objective truths. So is that an objective truth? Agreed, Catmain. Agreed. But we are getting philosophical here. That's one of our favorite things, or that's one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, the only absolute I ever talk in is how good I look. That's it. Well, okay. 2, and how good my singing voice is. Those are the only absolutes I speak in. I am good looking. I am the songbird of my generation. Those are absolutes. They're undeniable. There's nothing you can, the only way to confirm if you are a liar is if you deny how good looking I am. If you were trying to say that Clay is not the best looking human being I've ever seen, then, with all due respect, you're a dog-faced pony soldier liar. It's quite simple. Hey, Zooks. What about how smart I am? I'm a baboon, so. I am a dented baboon, but by golly, I'm a good-looking dented baboon. Did I just say baboon? I meant to say bub. See, right there, you can't even make that up. I never said I was smart. No, I called you a dog-faced pony soldier. See? Blossom, because Blossom's an honest woman. Thank you, Blossom. It could be a Freudian slip. That's right. I'm dented baboon to be maximally accurate. Right, yeah. A good looking, well, I don't know if dummy's strong enough. So maybe, Brent, maybe. Man, this was a bad week to do proper evaluation. I hear you, Jason, and I agree. This week, if you've been on the live stream, you know this week has been a challenge for myself, and I think a lot of people, which makes me feel in a weird way a little better about it. But Jason, can you imagine if you were trading this week with like your own funds? Like how bad would that look, you know? When you look at how much you've lost in your prop account or whatever, can you imagine if that was actual money? You would be sick, yeah. So, I don't know, maybe that can help you feel better. Like, it could be worse. Tuesday and Wednesday were horrible. Wednesday and Thursday for me. And I'm planning. If we've been talking a lot about pattern recognition, so I am fully expecting that at 2 hours in, the wheels will fall off the bus. Oh, that's a bummer, Ty. I skipped Thursday. Well, that might have been a good decision. You blew your account. Yeah. I mean, you're not alone. Scale of 1 to 10. How bad is the market movement from last year so far? Oh, I don't know. How bad is it? The reason why I'm hesitating is this. So just a quick little recap. I'm looking at that overnight high. I've never been a good afternoon trader. I've always, and you can go back to the history of the YouTube channel. I've done like the B done 30 approach, 90 minutes at most. So 11 a.m. Eastern is over my career, which is almost 20 years now. I like to be done. But then the live stream accidentally started, and I'm not joking. You can go back and watch the first episode. Literally accidentally started this whole live stream. And over the course of time, learned that people want to trade. But because of, I have the private community, so not wanting to live stream at that point because I needed to devote my attention to them, I turned myself basically into an afternoon trader. So that's what I mean. For me, the afternoon has always been tricky. Well, Clay, why are you trading in the afternoon then? Well, because as I talked about yesterday, there's multiple components to this. It's not just there's the this is fun component. This is the business stream income stream component, and then there is the responsible trading. So I'm trying to blend all those. So that's just my long way of saying I don't really have a good thought on afternoon action just because I've never necessarily been that good at afternoon trading anyways. I've always found the afternoon trading to be a little bit more trickier compared to the that first 90 minutes. So. I don't know. I don't know if I'm really qualified to give this morning action. I think's been for the most part pretty fine. I mean, if you look at the history of the live stream this week, I'm green going into the stream, but then the afternoon has eaten my lunch. Why don't you just get better in the afternoon? I'm trying, Zooks. I think I've actually gotten better. I think doing the live stream has helped me become. But I will say this: I also think futures just has better afternoon trading anyways. So I'm still not going to call myself a fantastic afternoon trader. But let me put it this way. If I was trying to trade stocks in the afternoon, I think it would just be not good. Because stocks are just such garbage. It's just like the thing in stocks is okay, once lunchtime hits, it's kind of But futures, to be fair, stay pretty respectable. But yes, you are 100% accurate to say, well, Clay, you were being a stupid trader because if you're not a good afternoon trader, then why are you trading in the afternoon? And that is fair, but that's why I'm saying, well, that's only one of this, I got 3 legs to this stool. That all you're focused on is the responsible trading leg. You're also not focused on the this is fun leg or the business income leg. So I'm trying to balance all those. We had this conversation yesterday, so I really don't want to hammer all that home again. You find the night works best for you? Yeah, go for that then. Most of my gains come from the afternoon, but I cannot trade the morning. Okay? I mean, that's just, we were talking about earlier about there's no absolutes. You should, nobody should be using absolute terminology in trading. Agreed. Correct, Todd. I appreciate that. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Brian, I know he's never been a fan of the opening bell. For some reason, I'm best from 1 to 3. Yeah. I can't figure out why. Does it even matter why? I don't know. I would say, who cares? I understand if you're asking that from more of a curiosity standpoint, but from a practical standpoint, who cares why? It's just, you are. It seems so obvious. Why? Why did I want to wait for the overnight high? Why not just buy at the 21 EMA? And I might be getting ready to chase here. But don't do that. Okay, I don't really know if a chase, probably not the right word. I just mean a chase relative from like if I wanted to buy here and now I'm buying all the way up there, that's where I'm technically chasing it relative to where I wanted it to be. But like relative to where it actually was, from like here up to here, is that actually a chase? Probably not. I mean, from a curiosity standpoint, sure it matters. Like, I wonder why that is. But like from a practical money making standpoint, like who cares? The fact is, you are better at that time, so roll with it. What are the green moving? The green right here is the 21 EMA. Good, Jason. I'm glad you're doing a little bit of learning, and even if the learning is, yeah, do the opposite of that. But yeah, that is where hitting the like button and just using code Clay with any of your prop firms. Like code Clay I have for pretty much all the mainstream prop firms. So yeah, hitting the like button using code Clay all caps. That is a way to help support the stream, keep it ad free, and just flat out keep the stream alive. Because as fun as it is, if that business component goes away, then I'm combining, okay, there's really no business component to this anymore, and it's kind of irresponsible to be trading. So I hard to justify continuing to do it simply because it's fun. Because that would be kind of greedy, right? Given I have 6 kids, like you reach a point. Now, if I was a bachelor, then who cares? Like just do what's fun. Who really cares if it's a waste of time? Like whatever. You're a bachelor, it does whatever. But yeah, that's not. I mean, I have 6 kids, so I would argue it would make me a poor father if I choose to like waste my time. But it's not a waste of time right now because people are using code Clay because the business aspect is there. And I know that rubs some people the wrong way. What a jerk. You should be here. What do you mean you got to monetize your time? What do you mean you're trying to be efficient with your time? I expect you to waste your time for me. Okay, you greedy savage. You greedy self-entitled savage. That's crazy that you expect me to waste my time for you. Crazy. That's a crazy thought process. Buy now, sell at 937, wait for consolidation to end. What you think? I think that is bad, Cole. And the reason why I think that is bad is nowhere in what you talked about was there any risk management. So my thoughts, not good. Need some improvement, specifically in the risk management department. You sound like you're the second person to call that my Mickey Mouse voice. That's never been my intent. It's just supposed to be a little whiny, self-entitled brat voice. So maybe I just called Mickey Mouse a whiny, self-entitled brat. I'm not saying I said that, though. So for you Mickey Mouse fans, I'm not saying I said that. I'm just saying maybe that's the logical entailment of it. Trump about to talk, I think. And I am about to get long here. Chill. Dude, chill. Everybody talk softly for Atlas. Atlas, last time Atlas was outside was 3 weeks ago. He doesn't like to go outside. Because people outside might raise their voices a little bit. Everybody whisper for Atlas. We don't want to upset him. Atlas probably claps like this. No, son, just everybody be careful. President's at the podium. Roger that. And this is to swear in. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed. I'm over like even caring when Trump speaks. But this is something, if it's got to do with the Fed chair, I don't know. Is he going to say something that causes a spike? Maybe. You better be careful, Zooks. As of now, it is not a Clay fade day. I've been doing all right. Thick skin is a trait that day traders should have. Yeah. Yeah. I really do want to get long here, but Trump, why you gotta always talk? I'm trying to trade, Trump. Stop talking. Short squeeze. You think there's a short squeeze coming, Atlas Trades? Tell me more. Tell me more. That's crazy. Tell me more, brother. Looking along at 644. Roger that. Dang, look at this short squeeze. I thought short squeezes went up, but I'm an idiot, so yeah. Yeah, dang, look at this short squeeze. Whoo! The shorts are getting destroyed. Holy smokes. Crazy. I'm short 693. Dang, then you must be getting destroyed. Okay, I gotcha. All right, so Atlas Trade is confirmed just a troll. Gotcha. He's just saying random terms. Roger that. At least we know. So just putzing around right at the overnight high on the 5 minute. It's right here at the 21 EMA. Well, not right at. It's nearing the 21 EMA. Today is not. Okay, Hoover. Dude, he's trolling, man. He's trolling, brother. He's clearly a lip flapper. Intros, okay. I should be fair to him. Atlas, I don't recognize the name. So around here, we need trade plans. We need numbers. So that's fine. You think all this stuff is you think there's gonna be a squeeze or whatever. Fair enough. So, but how are you gonna make money from the squeeze? Where are you getting long at? Where's your stop at? And where's your target? Can you give us those three numbers, please? I gotta be fair. I can't just chalk him up as a lip flapper without at least explaining that to him. So we'll give him a chance. He's coming across as a lip flapper, but that's not fair. That's just a assumption on my part. So that's fair enough. You think there's going to be a short squeeze. Tell us how you're going to make money from it. Once I see okay, well, as soon as you get long, let us know. So when you see that spurt of volume, you get long, you let us know where your entry point was in real time, and then give us your stop. Like as soon as you see it, obviously go get long, and then hop here, let us know. Because to be fair, I understand sometimes people need confirmation. They need to see certain things first before they get in. That's fair. But you got to also let us know in real time then. No, we do not accept trust me bros. No, I want you to prove that you actually know what you're doing. We find people that just say stuff obnoxious. People pay you for that. Okay, cool. Well, those people are called suckers. Atlas, you're a clown. Just move along, dude. How do I define clown? Somebody that yaps and yaps and yaps and can't give us a trade plan. Like, look at Western right there. Look at Western. 3 numbers. Shout out to you, Western. A man with courage. A non-lip flapper. A non-clown. See, that's how I don't even know if he offers an alert service, but that's how scammers operate. Broad words, you can never nail them down, and then in hindsight they'll be like, "See, I told you I was right. Sign up for my service." So this is we're going to turn Atlas Trades into an educational example of how a scammer operates. Notice how this person is claiming they give alerts, but then they won't actually like say anything. He's structured in a way where he can say, "See, I told you so. I was right. Come join my program." So this is how. Don't fall for this nonsense. What time does the futures market close today? Same time as normal, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, and are you going to alert me with the stop loss too, or just give some number? Oh, congrats on your retirement, John. What was the short squeeze? Again, yeah, that's what I mean. Just make broad statements. And to be fair to him, a short squeeze may happen 7 years from now. And because he gave us no time frame on when this short squeeze is supposed to happen, in theory, 7 years from now, if there's a short squeeze, he could come back and be like, "I told you so." Because he didn't give us any time. Like, he never said when the short squeeze is supposed to happen. That's like me saying price will go down. Now, the price may not go down for 30 years from now. But 30 years from now, because I never specified a time, I can show up and be like, "I told you so. I told you." Ooh, smoking up some beef ribs. Let's go. Boswell Corner. Why are you so obsessed with me trading live? The picture I showed you. If that is not good enough for you, like if your brain cannot comprehend that, Boswell, then, I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like, I'm not sure trading's for you. If you can't look at a picture and be like, "Okay, I see what's going on." Yeah, so when is this squeeze supposed to happen, Atlas? Are you willing to tell us that? You say short squeezed, okay, when? Like within the next 10 minutes or what? All right, Deadeye Dave, roger that. Hey, good morning, Dum Dum. I can't predict the future, Clay. Well, then why are you telling us there's a short squeeze? Isn't that trying to predict the future? That you're predicting the future. See, here's a problem. When you're actually a dented baboon, it's so obvious. Short squeeze coming. That you literally just made a prediction, dude. I mean, like I said, welcome to the internet, folks. Atlas, what kind of meatloaf you having tonight? I said I'm looking for a squeeze. Oh, now you're moving the goalpost. No, you didn't. You just said short squeeze. What kind of meatloaf you having tonight? I'm not wasting my breath, though. I'm entertaining myself while we wait for something to happen. Maybe he meant, I don't, yeah. Nobody knows what he means because he's just saying stuff. Wait, he has to ask his mom to get home? Probably. He's giving me very teenager-ish vibes. Hey, Jacob. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Me, Joe? I like the 50K and the 150K. Well, I'm not saying based on your looks because you don't, you know. I'm saying your behavior is giving me teenage vibes. Just Jacob. I just missed 20K USD. What do you mean you just missed 20,000? Huh? What do you mean? Still long at 680? All right. Let's see what happens, Raspberry. Okay, you have now clarified. Well, you let us know, Atlas. You let us know when you get in. But I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to send you on a magical, all-expense-paid vacation if you show up and you're like, yeah, I got in right here while the price is up here. That's what we call a trust me, bro trade plan. But if you want to tell us immediately when you get in, perfect. Perfect. What happened to the account you were down yesterday? This is the account here. I'm trying to battle back. You see yesterday UBI went down. What's UBI? Sounds good, Atlas. Sounds good. I'm hoping for a drop to 600-ish. I mean, that seems far away, but I mean, in this market, who knows? We could be down there in like a candle. So, yeah, we'll see if that happens. Stopped out, now watch it bounce to 700. That would be frustrating. All right, you know what? If it bites me, it is what it is. I'm sick of all this Trump's talking, so I want to tiptoe around. I don't care. Okay, I'm long. 1. Come on, give me my other 4. Are you serious? You're going to just give me 1? Fine. Is it even worth? All right, I'm just hopping out. All right, out there, I got 1 contract out of 5. Doggone it. I'm so glad I'm not trading anymore today. This is just a nonstop pump session, which is dumb. I mean, if it's a nonstop pump session, why don't you start trading? Just go long, Joe. That seems like... Let me put it this way. I would not accuse you of being irrational if you're like, Clay, my thesis is this. It is a nonstop pump session. Therefore, I'm going to trade and I'm going long. I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. If your thesis is it's a nonstop pump session because I'm done for the day. Yeah, but that does not make any sense to be done for the day. If you think this is a nonstop pump session, that makes no sense. That's like, man, this price is going to go down. It's nonstop going down. Oh, so you're going to start to, no, I'm done for the day. Yeah, but it's like, if you recognize something super obvious, why would you not take advantage of it? Yeah, exactly, Ty. I don't know what he's talking about, a nonstop pump session. I noticed the same thing. We've been just going sideways. But I'm just adapting his premise. If his premise is nonstop pump session, why would you not be getting long? Does somebody want to answer this for Atlas? For my mental health, I cannot answer something that I've answered about 4,000 times today already. No offense, Atlas, but like I said, there are some things for my mental health where if I answer the same question for the 487th time within a 7-minute time period, I will literally go insane. So I don't mean anything. You're just somebody else I'm sure will help you out. But Today has been frustrating. Only was yes. All right, Raspberry. Yeah, it's been kind of a frustrating week for many. The pump session will be during the short squeeze. Rather have volume and volatility than try to consolidate. Well, I mean, range traders love this stuff, to be fair to them. So, thank you, Ty, for the answer. Jacob, so Clay, I was talking about Ubisoft. They stock went down. Oh, I got you, Jacob. Yeah, bummer. All right, Raspberry, I appreciate that. I don't know. I went for a walk. I use Take Profit Trader. Maybe somebody else that uses Apex can better help you out there. Congrats, though, on the requested payout. Yeah, bummer, Jacob. It happens. We've all, well, I don't know about all, but many of us have been there where we're just, but don't beat yourself up too much in the hindsight game. Watch, after Trump talking, market goes up. Maybe. I sort of want to buy right here. See if it can clear up through the... Like I said, this candle here still got my eye. No, I'm going long. Oh, no. I want more than... Okay, I'm going to go long there. We have low, 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 almost a low, and now we have the 50 SMA right there. Well, now it just moved slightly above. So we'll see if we can get another bounce off of the 661-ish area. And then if you were to look at the 5-minute right now, you have the 21 EMA right here. So is it a guaranteed bounce? No. But I think it makes sense to at least take a swing at it. Meech, I think Financial Juice is pretty popular. Hey, Cam. Okay, here's the private community. All the details there. What it includes, the cost, all that sort of stuff right there. So would love to see it come down there. Oh boy. I may regret this, but I'm going to do it. Don't even try to stop me. Don't try to stop me. Is that the breakout trend line right there, folks? Could be. Hey, good morning, June. There or there? Yeah, I'll leave it right there. Oh boy. Decisions. Or is this going to be some sort of like cliff where the price just falls off it here? Yes, I know Trump is talking, but at some point it's just like, I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours because Trump talks for 3 hours, you know? Yes, now it will break out and I have to go. Oh, you're leaving? Okay. If Hoover's leaving, we're probably going to get a beautiful breakout then. Buy or sell. What does your strategy say you should do right now? We've been waiting for you this whole time, Khalid. We've all been like, where is Khalid? We don't know what to do. So you tell us, is it a buy or sell? Thank you for finally showing up. We've been waiting for you. You've been the talk of the chat. Wait, you're not coming back at all, Hoover? You're like leaving for good? Glad you have any other business. Yeah, I do real estate. I do, I guess, I don't know, claytrader.com, the YouTube channel, the live stream. I do some private lending. So yes, to answer your question, yes, I have several streams of income. I am big into building multiple streams of income. Trump isn't really talking there, just swearing in Warsh. Gotcha. 3 months, Atlas, 3 months. Yeah, it's not anything crazy. It's just the price is there. It's amazing what $99, even when it's $90, not per month, but for every 3 months, does to keep out the rift draft. Like, it's a very solid filter. Is it perfect? Not totally, but man, it is like 97% of the time. It's amazing what a little bit of a price they can do to keep out the rift draft. All right, maybe along here. Is this thing, like I said, is this thing about to fall off this cliff? Yeah, exactly, Shanobi. Correct. Oh boy, this I'm having mixed feelings, but I am long. Come on, you've bounced from here many times before. Let's just repeat history. I'll take that. Scoopy scoop. Scoopy scoop. Scoopy scoop. Oh, that might be the new one. I like that one. Scoopy scoop. I don't know. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely epic. How good is that separate? How good is that celebration for a scalpy scalp? Scalpy scalp. 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely epic. How good was that one? Honesty, please. If you think it was terrible, that's fine. I want honest feedback. Again, I need a number. -9? No, it wasn't that bad. 0, okay. 1, really? Oh, I thought it was kind of good. Uh-oh, KRT. Take a breath, brother. Okay, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought. Really no middle ground. Oh, I take that back. Sage gave me a 5. Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Am I going to play this breakout? Am I about to do this, folks? Am I about to play for this breakout? I like the hammer candle here. Look at that. Right off that trend line. You can't make this stuff up. The power of charts, brother. Am I about to do this? I think so. Oh. Oh. Got a 0. Where did that thing come from? Ah. You prefer the Russian voice? Which one's the Russian voice? Am I seriously about to do this for the breakout? I mean, I don't think it's crazy. Look at it. Look at this tread line. I mean, right here. Is it going to push through? I don't know. I'm having trust issues right now. I better just sit this one out. If you are long, I wish you the best. I hope it goes for you. I'm not going to call you crazy for getting long. I just... My spidey sense says don't do it. But it might not be my spidey sense. Maybe it's the bad Thai food I had last night. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to my loins. My loins are saying, don't do it. Listen to your loins when they're calling to you. Listen to your loins. I wouldn't be long. There's a big drop coming too. Well, then get short, Joe. Put your money where your mouth is. If you think there's a big drop coming, Joe, put your money where your mouth is. Get short right now. If you're not willing to get short, then all you're doing is armchair quarterback trading, flapping them lips. So are you short, Joe? I am glad I listened to my loins. They were calling to me. They said, don't go long. This tread line's too strong. Listen to your loins, and they'll save you cheddar. Oh, listen to your loins. Oh. No, Joe, no. Joe, no. None of this. Good grief. All right, to be fair to Joe, did you call out that order? Did you say you were getting short at 686 in real time? No, Joe, no. Let's see. Did Joe mention that he was getting short there ahead of time? To be fair to him, maybe he did. I'm not seeing anything from Joe. No, I'm not talking to you, June. I'm talking to Joe. You didn't say it ahead of time. Okay, well then that doesn't count. We don't do trust me bros around here. How epic would that have been had you called that out? Can you see why when people call stuff out it makes it so much better? Because that way we could cheer you on with pure genuineness. But waiting for that to happen and then being like, yeah, I got short right here. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Dude, my loins. Don't mess with my loins. That's crazy. To be fair, rookie, we don't know. Atlas said he'll let us know when he thinks the short squeeze is happening and where his entry is. So, to be fair, he didn't say that he got long there, so he didn't necessarily define that as a short squeeze. I don't know where that spot's at. I'm not sure. I bet against Clay's loins. Big mistake. You know, Greg, to be fair, though, sometimes the smartest thing to do is to go against the loins. Oh, Wave, are you serious? Hey, good morning, Alexis. Yeah, now I know Ben. Oh, yeah, you remember the podcast days, huh? Do some NQ trades for the chat, Clay. Well, you know what? Conduit, if you want to buy me an account, I'll do some. Go ahead, super chat me. Let's see, how much? Yeah, super chat me $100. I'll buy an account and I'll name it after you. And I'll do some NQ trades. We'll call it the Conduit. We'll call it the Conduit account. Your podcast is gone? No, it's still there. I just have not done any episodes on it for a while. Counter trading Clay might be the best way to get rich. And hey, Moogie, you better shut your mouth, boy. Moogie, you may have a cool name, but I will send you on an all expense paid vacation so quick. I'm like, that comment literally makes no sense right now. I literally said I'm not going long there, and then it dumped. And then you're like, hey, counter trending Clay would be great. Again, I will concede, Moogie. Some podcast or some live streams, your comment actually would make sense. But that literally was within the context of right now, dumbest thing that could have been said. So Moogie, I like your name, but don't push it. Yeah, he might be getting sent on an all expense paid trip to the VIP room here. Christopher. Yeah. What's your source? Is that Twitter or is that like mainstream news? Oh, you were actually on the podcast, Leon? Cool. I do not, June. Do I want to know? Yeah, exactly. I'm always green. What are you guys talking about? Today is the day where the Clay's a scammer because he's always green and hides red. That's when those guys show up today. In long now, okay? Where's your stop at? So, I don't know. You're in long and let's call it, 47. Where's your stop at? Yeah, this is a garbage alert. Where's the risk management? Where's the target? Where's your stop loss? Yeah, so as of now, pure garbage. We don't even know where he got in at officially. It's even a guess. He's given no stop loss. He's given no target. And then he's like, thank you guys. Yeah, what a joke. Yeah, and where's your stop at? Weird. All this, I'm in. Here's my target. No stop. What? Huh? Yeah, where's your stop at? This is a garbage alert. By any valuable metric, garbage alert. You have left out the most important part, the risk management part. I don't use stop losses. Okay, see you later. What a moron. We'll give him 24 hours. Oh, no, I banned him. That's okay. No point. Remember when I was telling everybody about scammers? There we go. Do you see the power of three numbers, folks? Do you see the power of three numbers? What a clown. Woo! That felt good. Dude, the three numbers is so good. Like, oh my goodness. It's got like clown sonar radar. Crazy. What a dent. For the record, though, I never believed he actually has a community that for the record, you know. He does seem like the type that'll be back under a new name, though. I will say that. He does seem like the type that will come back and start to say stuff, and then I'm going to check their profile, and it'll be like, oh, you just created that profile today. Interesting. Numbers and math. Not even math, just numbers. Like, numbers provide such clarity that it scares clowns away. Like, that's how powerful the clarity is that numbers bring to the equation. Because you can't get away with empty words. Yeah, I did see that, Todd, but that's Salta. Atlas was right. He said he was aiming for highs. What are you talking about, CXL Trading? Are you him? Okay, CXL Trading might be him. Dude said he was targeting highs. Okay, let's check this guy's profile. A weird dented message to show up after that. Again, even if he were right, the guy just admitted, I don't use stop losses. Like, what it... Even if it, let's just say this. Let's say it went up and hit these highs. All that would prove is he just got lucky. That's all it would prove. Because anybody that's not using stop losses, yeah, I don't really go any further. So I think CXL Trading might be him. He was right. He said he was targeting highs. It didn't get anywhere close to highs, and now it's breaking new lows. And then you're saying he was right. And then in the same comment, he's calling me the moron. Yeah. This is awkward. Did anybody want to tell him? Okay, this is awkward. This is awkward. Uh-oh. All right, Tradeovate just logged me out and back in again. All right, Sage. Look at that. Sage letting you know he's in long, and then he gives us a stop. Amazing. I don't see another post. Well, whoever CXL, that's rough. Like I said, I don't know who wants to fill him in, but... We are on the 5 minute, approaching a potential area that I'd be interested in a long at. We are getting close to this pivot point and the 50 SMA. So I don't know, right around 625-ish could be interesting. Clay squeezing, yeah, exactly. That was the other funny part. He kept talking about this squeeze and waiting for a squeeze, and then he bought like a dip. He bought like it going down. But I mean, Atlas was kind of. I mean, like I said, I did take a step back because I do want to be fair, but I kind of called him out way soon, and then, I mean, I guess I was right, kind of thing, like. He seemed like a clown, but I never gave him a chance to actually prove that he was a clown. Well, I'm going to keep this trend line in play, though. I mean, right now, this thing continues to do work. So I think it's relevant to keep out there. Going short at 660. Stop loss 675. Roger that. Good job, Ty. 10 points. Well done, sir. He definitely Ronald McDonald. He's, again, like I said, the one thing I've gotten I've gotten better at is like just recognizing the clowns. But really, it's all about the three numbers. The three numbers is such a powerful concept. On those types of trades you're describing, I like to set order right on the 2 EMA. Cool, Brad. Yeah, I can see that. Makes sense. Makes sense. lot of congestion it's going to have to get through. It's got to get through the overnight high. It's got to get through the 21 EMA. It's got to get through the trend line. It's got to get through the 50 SMA. So I'm not saying the bulls can't make a push back up, but they're going to have to really bring that A game. Sorry, just checking the weather right now. It was not... Okay. Looks like it's moved on. Good. Good. No! What a time is... No, yeah, stay over there. Yes, I'm talking about the radar on my phone. I think the one thing I'm looking forward to the most about at least getting the house weatherproofed is I can stop being so obsessed with the weather. It is crazy how often I check the weather app on my phone right now. For those of you not aware, we're currently in the process of building a home, and we're getting close to have it being all weathered in. But man, we're not quite there. So today there was some light rain here in Iowa. Why is Trade08 logging me out over here again? Ooh, ooh! Look at that tread line. Look at that. That's crazy. I think I might buy it, though, this time. Something seems different this time around. I think. You're a landowner. Do you share a crop or just rent? I just rent it. Yeah, so I'm paid regardless of the weather. Now, obviously, I also have downside. If it's a super, if it's a boom, if it's just a fantastic crop year, yeah, then my upside is also limited. But sure. All right, Evan Messi, I appreciate the trade plan. It's doing battle here. It is doing battle. Or do I try? 664 up above there is, that's a 15-point stop. Yes, I'm talking to myself. I got plenty of green on the day. It's pumping where Atlas said, wait, Johnny, aren't you the Johnny, haven't you been here before? What? Or did you just have multiple names? Maybe Atlas has multiple names. This is... Oh, yeah, this dude created his name 2 days ago. Gotcha. So, Johnny Trades is actually Atlas. Told you he'd be back. Yeah, you were here yesterday under another name. Yeah. I mean, if you're... hopefully you are, because if you're not, this is not a good look. See, here's the cool thing about... Well, I don't... Yeah, I don't know if I even need to waste my time with any of that. Let me put it this way. If somebody tells you they're not using a stop loss and then you're still interested at all in any way, shape, or form of like what they have to say, yeah, you're stupid. Like to be, with all due respect, you are stupid. Who didn't do anything? Hell, okay. Anybody that says, okay, so what are you, like 13? Who says hella? Okay. Yeah. What were you saying? This is what I mean. Like, people like Johnny, they're just... Well, I mean, Johnny says hella. So that tells us all we need to know about Johnny. It's pumping where Atlas said it would. Atlas said he was going for the highs. It was pumping. We were only 80... You know, we were only like 40 points away from where he said. But then again, you use the word hella. So like, okay, that tells me all I need to know. Yeah, good call, Johnny. Do you see why I thought you were actually Atlas? Because I'm like, okay, there's nobody this stupid. Like, this has got to be Atlas coming, trying to save face. Well, for any of you that say hella, I'm sorry, Johnny is not being a good representative for you right now. Clay, do you realize a lot of traders who don't use stops? Yeah, and you know what? They're not traders for very long. They're the people that eventually come back and tell other people that the markets are rigged. It's just a big casino. Yeah. But I would reject your premise. I would never call those people traders in the first place. I would call them degenerate gamblers. So no, I reject your premise. Do you realize that a lot of traders who don't use stops? Yeah, I reject the premise. Those are not traders. Those are degenerate gamblers. Not true at all. Well, those traders right now are getting absolutely cooked. So, those traders. Okay, hey, don't be dropping random people in here. All right. Johnny he was always a little weird from the get-go, and he's now confirming it. Johnny, just stop. The hole is too deep for you right now. You're talking trash right here. And like literally the moment you start to talk trash and I try to accuse you of like, okay, you must be that person because this is really stupid to say this at this moment in time, it's gone down. Yes, Johnny. Yes. No, not at all. There's a bunch of people that disagree. The reason why Atlas got banned was because he talked a big game, and then it came out, well, I don't use stops. Okay, well then you're like I said, this is such a stupid point to even debate. Okay, maybe a long if it comes down here. All right, Raspberry, have a good one, brother. Exactly, Cam. Exactly. If Atlas just said, hey, listen, I run a degenerate gambling service, I just say stuff, there are no stop losses, there is no risk management, then I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, I disagree. I think that's kind of a bad service, but okay, fair enough. Clay, you legit said my what? My what, Johnny? My stop. Yeah, exactly. My stop. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But that's a problem, Johnny, when nobody specifies anything. Just stop, Johnny. It's not a good look anymore. And if you get, I'm not going to ban you, but if you're sent to timeout, it's not because you're pushing back. It's because you're just saying like things that don't make sense. Well, I mean, they make sense, but they're not a good look. Okay, looking for a long down here. So about a 10 points. I don't know if I want to quite go 10 points. There we go. About 7 point. Now with slippage, I'm probably right around 10. Right, you're right. It has made sense, which is why I can say with authority, it's been very stupid what you've said. Because I fully understand what you're saying, but it's stupid. Starting off with, Clay, you're an idiot. It's doing exactly what he said. And then it rolls right back over. Like, starting there. What you said, yeah. Yeah, we're almost at 2 hours in. This is when the wheels start to fall off. I should probably cancel this. You spooked me. You spooked. Who said that? Eli Mark, you spooked me. That's true. We are at like the 2 hour. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Look at right where we're on the 5 minute though. Right here at the pivot point and the 50. Yeah, still squeezing strong. Exactly. Five red candles in a row on the 50 minute. Yeah, but we're looking for that short squeeze. Uh-huh. See, and this is also here. Johnny, you have made 0 good points. Literally. You are Johnny, you are arguing right now to not use stop losses. Like I know anybody with a shred of experience understands why it's silly for me to engage beyond that point. Because anybody with a shred of experience knows that in one way, shape, or form, risk management is the key to all this. And when you're sitting here saying, hey, who cares about risk management? Like, if you expect me to engage beyond what I already have, again, you're proving the point. Yeah, I know. He is going out ignore. Agreed. Thank you, the price. Yeah, I'm planning on going live Monday. Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly why you're going in timeout, Johnny. This just proves like I'm saying some of the best traders have mental stops. Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm arguing for stop losses. So that just proves you're not actually hearing what I'm saying. So see you later, dude. We'll send him to vacation. Put user in timeout. Anyways, moving on. That's true. Yeah, Illuminated Empire, you're right. But that's why my argument from day one has always been that's the power of a prop firm, though. A prop firm, the account itself is the stop, right? Because ultimately, if for math's sake, if you pay $100 for the account, and then within that account you're using a mental stop, and then you get cooked. Okay, ultimately speaking, it was a $100 loss. So that was technically your stop loss on the account. I know, Moogie. Isn't that wild? Atlas is wild. That's crazy. I told you. I don't want to say I told you so, but like, I kind of recognize, yeah. Five minute is looking good. I might be getting ready for another long here. Just looking at the 5 minute, we're hovering right above that nice upward sloping 50 SMA. We are at the 2 hour mark. So if history is going to repeat itself, then the wheels are about to fall off. And is anybody else's Tradovate logging them out and back in? You know, doing the typical log out back in thing? Mine just happened again. Trying to short scalp on. All right, roger that. Not yours. Nope. Huh. I don't know. My internet's been fine today, so I don't think it's been that. Not today, but a lot lately. Gotcha. You know, I lost track of what's oil at. Oil not doing a whole lot, huh? Nope, not mine, but I'm on the web. Okay, on the web browser version. Clay, this doesn't make sense. Market grinding higher and higher, and with all the doom and gloom going on in the world. Well, maybe it's not as doom and gloom as what we think. Hey, Clay, love the Green Day, and you know. Wow, Marco, I appreciate that, but the stream is not over yet. I still got time to botch it all. There is still time for the wheels to fall off the bus. Web version was freezing for me. Interesting. Tradovate did flicker one time. Okay. I am predicting that if I take a trade here, I'll have the blinking blue line. Okay, I think I have to try a short here. This trend line has smacked the price back down several times. But according to the theory, this will be the time where it actually breaks because the wheels are about to start to fall off. Okay, I'm short. And it's not blinking blue line. Hey! Scalp a scalp. Okay, I know that celebration didn't have good reviews, but I had to try it. Okay, I'm trying to short here now too if this wants to get rejected back down. Getting short here. Looking for another rejection off of the trend line. Let's see if history wants to repeat itself again. Like I said, I mean, look at all these rejections. Came down, came down, came down. Do I think it's going to come all the way down here? I mean, I don't need that to happen to make it a worthwhile trade. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it though. I want to go long if it breaks that trend line. All right. How do you define a break of the trend line? Because it's broken it a couple times before and it's been fake breaks, so careful. If that red line turns blue, I am in. Looks like a pretty nice bearish. Yeah, I would agree. Okay. If this pops up more, I'll move my. I don't. All right, I'm in. Come on, dump it. One more push down. Come on, give it another push down. Come on, bears. Come on. Come on. Okay, I'm out. Small loss. I don't know. For me, it's turned into a coin flip. I don't like the 50-50 nature. I think that was either a small loss or a small gain, but I don't like it. Feels like a coin flip now for me. I'm not here for coin flips. It just seems like, oh man, is this thing, because it's refusing to come back down now. It still may come down, but all right, well. But I don't remember, what was that number beforehand? Was that I don't know if I made a small gain or a small loss there, but. Oh, I did make some money? Okay, I'll take it. Now, yes, in hindsight, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But for me, I gave it enough time, and it transitioned in my mind to more of just the coin flip. Like, okay, it seems like kind of maybe does it finally want to break out? Yeah, I mean, $8 is better than a loss of $8. That's true. That's like half of a hot dog in New York. Or that probably pays for what, the mustard and ketchup? Got to give it. I did. I gave it a chance. I gave it a chance in my book, and then the chance all of a sudden became more of like a 50-50 coin flip chance. And I'm not here for 50-50s. This tread line, though, is just flat out. When did I even draw that? I don't remember when I drew the tread line, but we've had it on here for a while now. It continues to do work. How do you have the cojones to trade the open? I don't know. How do you not have the cojones to trade it? Let me ask you that. Sketchy short. I'm not going to take that short, and the reason why, well, I might take it, but right below the short here on the 5-minute, so there's the trend line. We have the pivot point and the 50 SMA. So I could see the 2-minute, that trend line breaking, and then a quick bounce back up. $1 win on a trade for me is the same as 1,000. In what way? Oh boy, are we taking shape here for another potential short up here? Potentially, folks, potentially. They're both better than a loss. I mean, I'll nitpick it. Yeah, but if green trades are done with bad habits, I argue those are way worse than red trades that are done with good habits. Because in the long, big picture, good habits are what it's all about. I can't trust it. It's worked too many times. We'll see what happens. Almost 5 times rejected from trendline could be a strong breakout if and when it happens. Yeah, I agreed. It could be. It could, but it could also just reject again for the 18th time. But we are running out of space here. Relative to these two trend lines, price has got to make up its mind and do something. Never trust. Huh? All right. I do kind of want to get long here, but okay, let's see. Let's do this. Let's see if the price can close above the trend line. So I'm watching this. We have about 20 seconds before this candle is done moving around. And then maybe I can try like a back test here. I wouldn't go long with confirmation. Well, I might be getting long here. We'll see. Maybe I should be listening to you. We're about to find out. But, well, I need this candle to close a little bit more above the. Bad habits like mental stops. Mental stops are not a bad habit. Just remember, mental stops are not stops, right? As we were told a couple days ago. Polar bears are not bears. Yellow balls are not balls. Tall humans are not humans. And no, I'm not kidding. That was some logic we heard earlier in the week. Mental stop losses are not stop losses. It did actually pull. I would not have been filled though, because I wanted to see it come back down and hit this yellow line. And if you look close enough, as much as my mind wants to say I would have gotten long there, no. Look, oh so close to back testing the yellow line before back up. So I would not have been long there. I would have not. I was thinking of it broadly, and I was right broadly. However, broadly is not good enough. You got to get the nuance right, and I would have gotten the nuance of my entry point a little wrong. Okay, here we go, short squeeze. Right, exactly. And then if the price does go up, Clay, you use mental stops, right? Yeah, sometimes I use mental stops. I'm joking around about the mental stops are not. I'm cooked. I shorted at 648. What, do you have a stop loss in, Alexis? For the record, for those of you that are not getting the joke, I would argue that mental stop losses are stop losses. And I do sometimes use mental stop losses because I believe in using stop losses. Just to clear that up. My point is, we were told earlier this week that mental stop losses are not stop losses. If you don't realize the contradiction in that statement, I'm not sure what to tell you. Yeah, there are layers of stop losses in the prop firm world, which is, again, is why prop firms are awesome. You entered. Okay, well, you're good, Alexis. I thought you meant cooked like the account's going to be game over. Then you can get, again, there are risks that come with everything. A risk of a mental stop is potentially it spikes against you and oops. However, the risk with a hard stop is potentially it spikes, knocks you out, and then immediately drops in your favor, right? There are trade-offs everywhere. Thomas Sowell, my favorite economist, there are no solutions, there are only trade-offs. They aren't. What? They aren't what? I think Meech is about to go to the ban. Like, Meech, I try to get along, but the past couple of days, he has reverted back to, we used to literally have a saying here based on this guy called "Don't be a Meech." Then he showed up like several months later and seemed to be a new person. But at this point, I think he has reverted back to "Don't be a Meech." Wow, you just can't let that go. Well, no, because people are talking about it, Steve Young. That's why. Please, can we get critical thinking and basic forms of logic back into society, please? Yeah, I think I'm going to live stream. What happens if you have a mental stop in Trump? Well, then you're going to take a bigger loss than you probably thought. However, again, this is where we get into the nuance of you can tell who actually has an understanding of trading. If you're using a hard stop and Trump tweets something, there's something called slippage. You're still going to get your lunch ate. What's slippage, Clay? Exactly. So some of you that are like lecturing, it's like, please, Dunning-Kruger effect here. I love how some of you think that a hard stop somehow protects you against a genuine Trump tweet. If you think that is the case, then you don't understand this something called slippage. So Joe Young, why is it not being let go? Because apparently a lot of people don't understand some of this stuff. Not as bad as if you hadn't. How do you know that? You don't know that. It could be worse. Maybe the mental keeps you in because it spikes and then it comes back down before you can even click the button. But yet the hard stop person got taken out with slippage. So, I mean, we can play the speculation game all day long. But I'm just telling you right now, for the experienced people out here, one little way that we see that you're newer than what you're trying to act is if you are trying to make an argument that a hard stop prevents like damage from a Trump tweet. Because that reveals that you don't understand slippage. But again, to say that listen very carefully to my words, to say that a mental stop loss is not a stop loss, that makes, according to the laws of logic, no sense. That's the equivalent of me saying that a tall human is not a human. A brown ball is not brown. If you don't understand the contradictions, there's nothing I can do for you. It's not a bad habit, though. There's plenty of situations where a mental stop is fine. Now, maybe what some of you are saying is, well, Clay, a mental stop is dangerous because if you hesitate or if you all of a sudden freeze up, like your stop is going to spin out of control. I agree with that. But you are presupposing that everybody's going to do that. A mental stop has helped me out numerous times. Yes, does that risk come with it? Yes, but that's my point. There are risks that come with everything. The risk with the hard stop is it goes up there, it quick spikes and comes back down, and then, well, crap. Whereas if you just use a mental stop, you would have actually weathered that storm. Again, there are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. So yes, mental stops have negative trade-offs. Hard stops have trade-offs. But my point is they're both stop losses. And to say that a mental stop loss is not a stop loss, you literally don't understand laws of logic. Well, there was not a clean breakout. There was the break. This right here, I would say, makes it not so clean because I could see people buying the breakout, getting stopped out here, and then missing that. So a breakout, yes, just not a very clean one. Should a newbie be using a mental stop? Probably not. But that does not mean that it's not a stop. That just means that a newbie should not be using that form of a stop. Oh, I will say this. I am very, very happy we are homeschooling our kids, and that part of their curriculum is literally one of my daughter's classes right now is called Logic. And within Logic, they are learning critical thinking because holy smokes, this chat, all I'll say is some of you I'm glad we're homeschooling. We are definitely making the right choice. All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna get rid of this trend line. Dude, that'd be wild if this one actually came into play. I was homeschooled and it shows. It does. You're a mod around here because you're a rational person. Okay, Evan Cortez, I don't know if you're like trolling, but that doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Dork. We'll see if I can keep it that way. That's true, yes. That's how you become a mod around here. You have to either be homeschooled or you have to stay at a Holiday Inn Express. Oil, oh yeah, oil is coming down a bit. Again, Dork, you're such a jerk. You make me sound so mean. I gotta think of I just have to call you Total. Because you make me sound so, just like, why is this guy calling him a jerk or a dork? That's mean. I know, it's hilarious, but it makes me sound so mean. Like, same with Dummy. Dummy Dum Dum. Like, he can show up, be like, hey, man, you're having a great day. Good job. I hope you have a great weekend, my friend. And I'm like, man, thank you, dummy. And it makes me, it's crazy. Slippage is where you don't get the exit point you thought you'd get the exit point. Meech, what happened, man? Talk to me. Like, you have literally reverted back to how we literally had a meme about you. About don't be a Meech. Like, what happened? Why are you so upset all of a sudden? To be fair, actually, wait a second. Dude, Meech, did you buy at 635? You gave us a trade plan ahead of time saying you were looking for 635. Did you actually buy there? If so, well done, sir. That just dawned on me. I know you definitely didn't get stopped out because it barely went below. But did you take that trade? I mean, you've gone into total old Meech mode, but I'm also objective enough to remember you did give us a trade plan ahead of time, and it looks like you crushed it. So hopefully you actually took that trade. If so, fantastic job. Fantastic job, and please don't revert back to the old Meech. Good job. Very good trade. And see, that's what makes it so much better. When people actually give numbers ahead of time, then I'll literally sidetrack the conversation. Yeah, is Meech being obnoxious? He is. But again, I can parse that out and be like, but hey, Meech, in this category, man, dude, chill out. You're being obnoxious. In this category, though, because you gave us numbers ahead of time, shout out. Well done. So well done, Meech. I might be getting out soon, though. Well, I mean, I don't know how you're managing it, but you got plenty of wiggle room now. Comrade, I'm not huge on like very, very strict mechanical rules. Clay got Clay got a 50K pro account. Hey. No, you would be okay. If you got up to 52K today and then you lost 500, you would not blow the account. But comrade, I don't like mechanical systems because they can lead to very illogical things. And I'm just making this up. But we've had some people say, I always use a stop loss of 10 points. So, and I'm a strict, always 10 points. It's like, yeah, but some days are super, super volatile. Well, we're 10 points. Like you're going to get cut to pieces because it's only 10 point stop. Other days, maybe 10 points could be way too big of a stop. So yeah, I am not like a stickler for hardcore rules because if you are that mechanical, it can create nonsensical situations. Like I appreciate where people are coming from. I want mechanical rules. It's a 10-point stop every day, in any environment, no matter what. It's like, okay, well, in some environments, that's going to make no sense. Only hard stops are market stops. Okay, Evan, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not sure what point you're trying to say, Evan, other than just argue about something that is so black and white that you are literally just proving that you're like bored. Okay, Evan, let me put it this way. I'm picturing you bored in your office. How slippage happens. Yeah, but to be fair, slippage happens with mental stops too, right? So let's just say I'm not going to lock, but I like put a stop right here. And I'm watching that area and I'm saying, Clay, if the price goes above there, that's where I want to get out. Well, again, a slippage can also happen to the mental because if it goes up there and all of a sudden spikes up, maybe by the time I click the button, the price is all the way up here. Whereas a hard stop, maybe because of slippage, yeah, it automatically gets triggered here, but it doesn't get filled to right there. So like both have slippage. Slippage just happens when there is a sudden surge of either sellers or buyers. I found out yesterday my 10-point stop hurt me, but my experience says to be careful. Well, yeah, you want to be careful. I'm just saying out the form in which you are careful is not so black and white. Yeah, slippage, yeah, exactly. Slippage happens no matter what. Exactly. Which is why the whole thing of these people that are like arguing somehow that hard stops are like some sort of bulletproof protection. It's like, no, you're more of it. Again, it's Dunning-Kruger effect. Like this conversation is the epitome of who is suffering from Dunning-Kruger effect. These people have learned a little bit, but they think they're way more advanced than what they are. So this, like I said, topic, perfect example of where people expose themselves with Dunning-Kruger effect. Yeah, Rebel, and I would disagree there. I would argue that the market makers don't care about where your stop is. Correct. Smaller positions, you can create wider stops for yourself. That is accurate. Oh, Dunning-Kruger effect? I have a video on it too on my channel, but let's right here. So right here is wisdom. So people get a little bit of wisdom. So it's not like they're ignorant. They get some wisdom, but confidence. And then look at what happens. A little bit of wisdom, boom, confidence. And then, but the more that they learn, they're like, holy smokes, I didn't actually know a whole lot of stuff. The more they learn, the more they realize, oh man, oh wow, okay. And then that's where people, right there, the more wisdom you get. But yes, a lot of people are right here, and we've experienced that today. They got a little bit of wisdom. They understand what stop losses are, but they have no idea what slippage is, and that's where, but now they're learning like, oh wait, yeah, I can see how slip. Oh, okay, now they're, okay, maybe I better tap the brakes. Maybe I shouldn't run my mouth as much as I am, So that is the Dunning-Kruger effect. That is so on point. Yeah, it really is. Again, I suffer from it. Like no matter, like when I got into bow hunting, I had to remind myself, dude, wait a second. Just because you have a bow and you've hit the bullseye a couple of times, let's calm down before I start to act like I'm an expert in all things. Dunning-Kruger is when you think you know more than you actually do. Yeah, that's one way you could summarize it. Do you use market structure for? I don't know what market structure is. Is market structure like support and resistances and patterns? Like I said, I'm an idiot. Market structure, that sounds really cool, But like, I don't know what market structure is. If market structure just means patterns or like supports and resistance levels, which are like the normal terms that I grew up like learning, then yes. I was very wrong with SPY last week. Well, I appreciate you coming back, Zach. I don't remember you being here making any proclamations, but if you were, I respect the fact that you came back to kind of fess up, face the music. Market structure is a 3-letter. Okay, yeah. All I know is I know nothing. Well, then you do know something. You know that you know nothing. So, and that's important, Evan. The sooner you know that you know nothing, the better you can improve. Yeah, again, market structure. Okay, it makes sense. A term from the cult, which fits right in. The cult of let's draw people in because they will sound very smart in how they talk about the market. All right, James, might be a little bit on tilt here. You on tilt a little bit? It seems like you have the I don't care voice that is showing up. Yeah, 640 makes sense to me. I would explain 640. Watch. 640 we had, so here's 640 right there. In my mind, this is what I'm seeing from like the KISS method. Okay, 640 was an area of resistance. It was an area of resistance. There is a rule in charting which states when levels of resistance are broken, they tend to act as support. And it came right down here and acted as support. I mean, to me, that's how I would explain that. Now, is that like a super complex? Any fancy terms? No. So is there a way it sounds like you'd probably explain that and make yourself sound really smart? Sure, but like at the end of the day, that's what that was. That was a former resistance level. When the resistances are broken, they have the tendency to now behave as supports, just based on supply and demand. And it pulled back to that former breakout point, it back tested it, and then bounced. So, but again, that's kind of like the KISS method explanation. Apex is the best eval. Well, not necessarily. Well, good. I'm glad you're learning, Montes. Glad you're learning. Been in and out today. So far, so good on my trades. So far, so good. We've had some very fascinating discussions, though, about logic and stop losses and, I mean, predictions. And, yeah, it's been a good one. We had one guy show up with about 18 names. Clay, I calculated everything. I mean, you can help me. Again, Jacob, all you're doing is torturing yourself. I would encourage you to just stop. It's happened. And what you're now doing is you're pulling out the calculator and like, man, what if? I've done it. It's not helpful. All you're going to do is just make yourself feel worse. Put down the calculator, stop calculating how much you would have made if X, Y, and Z had happened. It's not going to ultimately be healthy for you. What is your country roads term for, I don't know, did we ever come up with that? I know our price target is West Virginia. I don't think we ever came up with terms for that. Like rest stops maybe? I don't know. We got to think about that. Yeah, Sage. It's basically like a level 2. If you come from the world of stocks, and when I say level 2, that's essentially what the DOM is. I don't use it. I just have it over there because I know people, some people do use it and want to watch it. Right, Jacob. What I'm saying is just stop with the calculator games. It's not going to do you any good, other than irritate you as you head into the weekend. Take me home for TP. Yeah, I mean the ultimate target with Country Road Concepts. Yeah, we call West Virginia, AK, is your profit target. Mountain Mom is resistance. Could be. Yeah, exactly, Abel. Missed my short. Oh, that's frustrating. Good. I'm glad you know your mistakes, Jacob. All I'm just saying. Ooh. Oh, hey, somebody had a shot. Look at that squeeze. Can you translate West Virginia to you can, yeah. Within the strategy, it is a numerical value. But again, remember, we're creating a concept, a system that we can create a cult around. What did oil do? Oil shot up there. 95. Yeah, this was only a 45-point move, so not too crazy. Like the Trump tweets, like the big ones, I mean, this candle is what? Bare minimum, like 80, 90, 100 points. But this one was, again, basically only 45 points. Hey, Captain Crunch, good to see you. You were short, Neil? Did you buckle up in a good way and just hop out? Or can your brain still function through all that? All right, we cannot necessarily say that we have reached a point where an agreement is close. Okay, that I could see that being it. Yep, there we go, Todd. So there is the chart once again, beats the news, the best news source. So right there, that's a good example of slippage. Hard stop, mental stop, it doesn't matter. You did not get out anywhere close to where you thought you were going to get out. Those sort of movements right there. Read up above, Monty. A couple people from June and Todd gave us what the tweet was. Yeah, I know, Philly. It is kind of funny. Usually I freeze, but my buy finger was on the button anyway. So you hopped out. Good job. Ace, I think we already have the answer up above. To me, that sort of news makes sense. Like enough to get some reaction, but not like a definitive one way or the other. Abby? Kids? Hello? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms. Big ones, small ones, fat ones, skinny ones. I'm just making it up. Dude, Jacob, stop. I'm not engaging with you anymore if you're going to keep talking about all this hindsight stuff. I've said my point. What you're doing is not healthy, so I'm not going to engage in shooting meth into your veins, okay? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hand you a needle. I don't know, yeah. I thought my wife was up. We have pretty paper-thin walls here, so Hello? Who are you? Faye? Is Mom up here? She's downstairs? Okay. Let me just. What kind of father is this? He doesn't even know what his kid's name is. Listen. I have 6 of them, okay? That's why I said, who are you? Because, I can't. If I had one, then okay, fine. I obviously know who it is. But even if I had 2, now I'm only at a 50% chance of knowing technically who it is. Specifically when none of them have hit, Evan, where have you been? It always makes me laugh when like I recognize people's names and then they're like, wait, what? You have 6 kids? How do you not know that, Evan? I think Clay still lives in the basement with his mom. What makes you think that? Hey, Ma, can I get some spicy meatloaf for lunch, Ma? What? Why would you think I live with my ma? Hey, Ma, there's some guys being mean to me online. Can you call Dad? Maybe he can come beat up their dads. Do you remember all their names? Depends on the day. That would be hilarious, dude. She's in Ohio, though. So, yeah, that might be hard to pull off. It's the ice cream man. Should have named them all. Oh, that the girls, the guys, everybody. The furries. I'm not good with dates, but I do remember I don't remember all their years. So I guess, what's your definition of a birthday? Does a birthday include the years, the year, or is it just month and day? What's your definition of a like remembering a birthday? Does it have to include the year? No, not the part of Ohio I grew up in. Northwest Ohio is like literally Kansas, flat as a board. Full date, year. Okay, well, yeah. If your definition of, again, I'm just saying, if your definition of a birthday it has to include the year, then I do struggle in that regard. But I do know that I do know all their months and days. Everything. Well, then yeah, I do struggle. If that is your definition, then I struggle. I live in Cincinnati. My sister ran track for Cincinnati. She's a Bearcat. Clay sets reminders on. No, I don't need a reminder. Like I said, I remember the days. But per some of these people's definition, like if remembering somebody's birthday means you also have to remember the year, okay, then I guess I struggle in that regard. Well, like the market heard something, had a second digest it, and we're like, okay, I guess it's really not that big of a deal. Let's just go right back to where we were. What was the news? A couple people posted that up above. June and Todd. If you scroll up, it's up there somewhere. The market's waiting on me to abandon my long. So what you're saying is when you abandon your long, are you saying that's when the price goes up? If that's what you're saying, please let us know so I can buy. Whoa! Hey! Okay. Let's all. Am I about to chase this? This looks like I might. I might. Oh crap! That was. Whoa! Whoa! Hey! This is news. This is news. I know, you guys are all speaking different languages right now. I don't blame you. Man. I need some of this after that trade. That was wild. Yeah, once again, whether you're a mental stop or I would argue there a mental stop would have been way better. because that all happened so quick that your finger would literally not have been able to hit the button before the price would already snap back in your favor. Whereas the hard stop people, they got destroyed with slippage. Oh, goodness. Good. Who said that? Jacob, thank you. Yeah, oil. Woo! Look at this tax cut. Come on down, brother. The lower this goes, the cheaper our lives become. I'm all for extra money in everybody's pockets. Here we go. This is oil. I'm going to look for a short. That doesn't make... Wait, how does that make sense? The differences between Iran and the United States are big and significant. So the market explodes up. See? Yeah, because news always makes sense. That's why I'm just going to trade the chart. Okay. If this is going to go straight back up, this is not going to be pleasant. Looking for a short at the red line there. Looking for a breakdown, back test, and then see if it wants to come back down. No, this is too risky. I'm not going to let this thing all of a sudden just go green straight back up, which, given that this is all news generated, I'm going to err on the side of caution. Try to prevent the wheels from falling off the bus. Negotiations in Tehran have reached an understanding on broad lines regarding the nuclear file. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That one makes sense. On why the market would go up and oil would go down. Oh boy. Oh, this looks good. Like the back test. There's this thing just going to go straight back up. Okay, I like this. I like this. Now I can have a clean stop. Okay, come up. I want to see this come up here, bump its head here, and then I'm going to stop right here. Put them up a little bit more. All right, there we go. And I'm going to put my stop right here. And let's, okay. Looking to get short at the red line. This will be my stop if I get filled. Okay, if that red line turns blue, I am short. And if I see that red line turn blue, then I'm clicking this button to get my stop in place. And then it's just very basic, essentially bear flag, bear pennant, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we've talked about that before, about the scorecard from TPT. It's I think it needs some work for that exact reason. Because you could have terrible statistics yet still be overall profitable because, yeah. Hey, Empowers, I'm glad you're entertained, brother. Okay, if this pops up some more, I have a new entry point right here. No, go straight up. Go up, go up, go up. Do not come down. Do not. Yeah, there you go. Now go up. Go green. Go. No, 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 no. This is important because this is where my entry point's going to be. There. Oh, there we go. There we go. There. Go green more, though. Go green more. Go green more. Come up. Nah, more than that, brother. Come on. Get up there. Do it. Do it. Go green. If this dumps right here, I'm gonna feel so stupid about these requirements. But right now, I don't have hindsight, so I'm sticking with it. Come on, get a little bit more green. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Waiting for confirmation, but I'm not getting it. Hence, no trades. Well, at this point, I might just... Ooh, Duck Soul. Never come here until I'm done. Well, that's great. I love when people come here when they're done trading and then they can just... Oh, so you're going to do that? Well, no. I'm kidding. I don't think you did that, Evan. I'm just kidding. But some people... They're guilty as charged. Clay trading on intuition. This is what I'm doing here. If you think is intuition, you don't know. That I'm being very technical right now. There are reasons why I don't want prices to go down too far before they go up. If there was ever a time where I'm not trading on new intuition, it would be like what you've been witnessing here. Hey, congrats, Trader Bob. All right, let's hop back over to MN. Oh, wow. And right back down it goes. This is sell. Where? Where's the sell? Oh, now you're going to come down oil after I stop watching you? Yeah, I don't really like it as much. I'm going to stick with MNQ at this point. Ooh, Duck Soul. Okay, going to try a long at the green line here. Yeah, I'm all for oil dumping. Okay, yeah, Atlas. Atlas, how many names do you have? Right. So Atlas, how many names do you have? Like, you can either be honest and we can have a discussion, but if you're going to try to tell me you're not Atlas, you're banned. Because that's just, I mean, it's an obvious lie at this point. I'm in here. Okay. See you later. That's what we call a sucker. I mean, that was Atlas, but like, even if it wasn't, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Correct. Cam, why can't more people be like you? Like Cam and I, we've had disagreements since he's been here. But notice, he's still here. Because Cam is an adult, he can follow lines of logic. He has the ability to agree to disagree, as do I. And we can still be friends. I don't know what we've disagreed with before, but again, there is no bigger form of intellectual ineptitude than to think that just because somebody pushes back against you, that they're somehow like, oh, well, they're no. Just because somebody pushes back doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means they have a different viewpoint. So intellectually mature people realize that, such as Cam. But if you think that I just ban people because, well, he banned me. So I guarantee the people are like, oh, he banned me because I disagreed. Again, that's intellectual ineptitude. That's intellectual immaturity. Do you still? Oh, yeah. Pull my finger? Oh, it's funny. Okay, I'm interested in a long down here. Hello? I guess I didn't click it. There we go. There's my long. Yeah, Atlas is going to show up with another new account. Once again, I'm not sure if you're trolling right now, keeping the West wild, but literally any of us can do that. Any of us can say, watch, I can say short squeeze. And if a short squeeze happens in the next 5 minutes, next 5 days, next 5 weeks, next 5 years, then I can come back and be like, I told you so. Like, when you just say stuff, obviously, so, okay, keeping the West wild, you're trolling. Watch. The price is going to dump. Watch, dump coming. Now, the dump may not come until next week. To which Dents would be like, man, Clay called it. Man, he called it. It happened 4 days later, but man, he called it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is why the 3 numbers are oh so powerful. All right, looking for a long down here. Well, no, you can't even say that, Ty. To his credit, he just said short squeeze. He gave no time frame. So sure, I'll say, yeah, well, he was right. But like my point is, anybody can do that. That's not hard to do when you just say something, right? Price is going to dump. Now, a smart person will be like, well, like when are you thinking this dump is going to happen? Oh, I don't know. It's just going to dump. And then 7 months later, I come back and say, I told you guys. And then a couple of dented morons are like, man, good call, Clay. You called it. You said it was going to dump. 7 months later, it dumped. Yeah. We were talking about this earlier, Philly. Just pure speculation. So I have no inside information. But I'm wondering if that might become their new pricing model. Given that the resets are now different, I'm wondering if that may be, I don't know. Again, like I said, I'm just talking. But I mean, that's the thing, Evan. Like, technically, that's not. You can't even say that because what happens if the what was it? Several months ago, when that hardware component like overheated and like literally the market stopped moving. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure what a technical definition of short squeeze is. I think a lot of people just say short squeeze in terms of like there's going to be explosive action up. I understand what you're saying, though. You're arguing, well, yeah, I agree the price exploded upwards, but I'm not sure that was because shorts got squeezed. That's what you're saying. I'm just trying to be gracious in the argument and say I think what he meant was there's just going to be a big price move up. But that is my point. Like anybody can just say big price move up coming. And then 8 years later when it happens, say, I told you so. Uh-oh, newbie, you're long. Or I'm sorry, you're tilted. Careful, brother. Right. Now to say, I'm looking for a short squeeze now, That I obviously provides context, right? You're now obviously, well, how do you define now? But now is understood to be okay, within the very, very near future, something is going to happen. Okay, it is refusing to come down here and film me, it seems. Now I'm wondering, do I try the long up through here? And yes, I'm gonna take a swing at it. See if it wants to pop back up. This, as of now, I can, in my opinion, healthy consolidation. We have that low, and then that low, and then that low. These lows are getting higher and higher. It's now respecting the 21 EMA. But I do want to see it clear through this little miniature congestion area right here. Okay, well now things are changing a little bit. I could move it like right here and try to anticipate it all, but that is gonna try my luck at a 680 long. Okay, looking for a bounce kind of off the 50 period. What is that on the? Okay, and then over on the, 680 is not bad. You got the 21 EMA and the 5 minute down there. That's not terrible. I can see that. That makes some sense. I can see what, I smell what you're stepping in. I smell what you're, okay, quiet. Man, no, I'm not talking to you guys when I say quiet. I'm talking to the voices in my head. They need to be quiet so I can focus. Doggone it. Okay, so in my ideal world, this was going to drop a little bit below the 21 EMA and then come back up, and I was going to try to grab it for a long. But it really didn't drop. So it could work out. Now I want to see this. It's got to break these lows. Got to break these lows. And then I'll put a... Come on, break them. There we go. Broke. Okay, here we go. Looking to get long at the green line. Come on. I hope it dumps. Well, I mean, if it wants to dump first, let you have a profit and then come back up, that's fine. But yeah, if I get it filled, with all due respect, I'm hoping it blasts off. I'm hoping it goes to the moon. Getting close to filling me. I'm in. Come on, brother. Go. Go. I'll take that. Scoopy scoop. Scoopy scoop. Not as many as I used to, Maddie, just because I have my racehorse stable built up. But yeah, when I first got started, I had several going at once. Was that a stupid scalpy scalp? Maybe, but this will mean more to those of you that have been at the Wednesday and Thursday's live stream, and you saw how the second half of those live streams, the wheels of the bus did not go round and round anymore. They fell off and were stolen, and then burned. I don't want that to happen today, so that's why I'm trying to just kind of stick it, keep it modest. Okay, Meech, that's time out there. In fact, that's almost bannable. How do you not know to put... Why would you think putting somebody else's code is smart, Meech? I swear, some of these people, they must be completely socially awkward. Like in what realm do you think it's a good idea on somebody else's live stream to post another code? Like in what realm, especially when you know that using code Clay helps to support the stream? Is there a word beyond dented? Yeah, that's just... So that's why I go back and forth with Meech. Like, is he a troll or is he just that socially awkward, like situationally unaware? I don't know. Some people are awkward. The reason why they're awkward is because they have zero situational awareness, which is why that's what we need to be taught as our kids, right? Teach our kids. Like when a couple of adults are speaking, and then my daughter who kind of walks up and just stands there, and you have to be like, okay, I'm not going to get mad about it because she doesn't understand situational awareness, but we have to explain, okay, when a couple of adults are talking, just go do something else. Don't just stand there, right? Some people I don't think are ever taught that. That might be Meech. Not sure you trade any different when at or above the orient. Yeah, no, I can't say that I. Sure, I mean I factor. Oh wait, at or no all time no stop. I think the all time high stuff is so overrated. The amount that some people put on all time highs is just like, yeah, I'm okay, but I don't understand it. I don't get it. Things can stay at all time highs for a very long time, and some people, I guess, you're not going to trade for the next 2 weeks if the price just kind of consolidates at all. Like, what are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? So, no. That was my long way of saying rookie. No, I don't care. I think it's one of the more overrated things out there. And it's one of the most obnoxious things. When the market's at all-time highs, then we have all the people like, oh, it's all... Yeah, okay. To be fair, though, maybe for you and your strategy, you should be factoring that in. I'm open to that. But for me, nah. Exactly. It can go anywhere, maybe higher, maybe it gets rejected. Oil printing. I mean, it's bouncing up. I don't know if I would agree with printing. Oh yeah, that's a nice little bounce, but I was expecting a little bit bigger of a green or red candle on that one. I'm out for 10 points. Good job. Look, we both made money. I made money on the long side. You made money on the short side. Fantastic. We all get participation trophies. Maybe another long down here. Let's this is messy. I don't know where to put a stop. If I get long here and I put my stop down here, well, now I'm basically right above these lows. But if I put my stop down below these lows, now I'm basically above these lows. But if I put my stop down below these lows, now my stop is way down here and my entry was way up here. So it's kind of messy. Monday market closed. Check your emails, folks. Check your email, folks. I know I sound like a grumpy old man, but can you blame me? How often do I say, especially as a prop firm trader, make part of your routine checking your email? And then time and time again, names that are not new around here. Like, just prove that they don't listen to what I say. It's just, nobody emailed me. Well, who are you using for your prop firm? If you were with a prop firm that did not email you, I'm not going to say red flag they're a scam, but they need to do better. Because Take Profit Trader definitely emailed me. Right here is their email. So right here. And this is Central. So 1 p.m. Eastern. I mean, Slow Mario's not wrong. To be fair, he's kind of using this as Google. The problem with that is, again, situational awareness. Do you think the live stream or do you think the person has probably been asked this about 4 million times by now? Yeah, probably. I'm just going to ask for the 4 millionth time, right? Is that how you say that? 4 millionth onth? I think I just made that up. I'm not quite sure that's how you say that. Oh, really? They don't send anything at all? Are you sure? You checking your spam? All right, I'm going to try along right there. Good one, rookie. Yeah, no, keeping the West Wild, no, that's not a short squeeze. Those are just shorts agreeing to get out. They've said, we're in, this is where I want to get out at. That's just shorts getting knocked out of a trade. A short squeeze is the shorts are getting liquidated, they're getting margin called. Like they literally have to get out. They're being forced to get out. That's what a short squeeze is. The shorts are getting squeezed. So yeah, I would not say that is a short squeeze. That is just shorts that are willingly saying, hey, here's my stop. It's hit my stop. I'm out. Shorts getting margin called, in my opinion, that's what a short squeeze is. I want to short this, guys. You want to short this? Huh? It's all a definition. It's all how you define squeeze. Like if I get short and then I put my stop here and then it hits the store, am I getting squeezed out of my position? Well, yeah, I am. But that was a voluntarily getting knocked out of the position. So it's just how do you parse out the term squeeze? I would parse that out as people are being liquidated. People are being margin called. People are doing it regardless of if they want to get out of the trade or not. Their brokers are like, you're an idiot. You're margin called. Out. So neither of you are wrong per se. It's a question of how are you defining squeeze. Whoa. Wait, didn't I say I want to get long? Oh, no, wait. Wolf, you didn't actually get short, did you? Yeah, Sage, welcome to the world of patience not being easy. Yesterday we closed at almost lows. Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Your call was wrong. You didn't tell us with your bold proclamation of, hey, I've had 6 years of trading experience, that it would close almost. No, almost. No, that's not what you said. So good try. Maybe next time just chill out a little bit on the bold proclamations and just trade what you see. Again, it's everybody's going to continue to talk past one another unless you define what is a squeeze. Is the squeeze people voluntarily getting out or people involuntarily getting out? Or both? You were long. What? You would never know who is getting margin called, right? Yeah, you don't know who's getting. Well, kind of. Like when firms start to be announced as going belly up or getting run out of business, in that sense, yeah. But like in the heat of the moment, are you like, oh, that's Goldman. Oh, that's that's J.P. Morgan. Oh, does J.P. Morgan even exist? No, that's just Chase now, right? Chase bought J.P. Morgan. Agreed. At the end of the day, I agree. That's why, to circle back, in the spirit of not getting bogged down in the details, that's why I said, for me, the person that said short squeeze, I think what they actually meant was just they thought there was going to be a strong upwards move. Because I do agree. At the end of the day, who really cares? What created the upwards move? The fact that the upward moves happen. But yeah, I do fully agree. Like, who really? But like some of these, they're getting down in the weeds. And for me, looking in as an outsider, I see them talking past one another because nobody wants to define what squeeze actually means. Okay, I mean, Walla Chada. Are you like Miss Cleo? Are you a fortune teller? I love how you're talking very broadly where you can never really be wrong. You must be a fortune teller. Do you read people's palms by any chance? Yes, that is what the market is. It is an ongoing fight between buyers and sellers. It is an ongoing fight of decisions. No, you're down. You're at $10. If only it worked that well, rookie. No, I disagree. Nobody's ever trapped in the market. Okay. Let me take that step back. Assuming your broker is not having technical difficulties, assuming your platform is not having technical difficulties, assuming your power has not gone out, you are not trapped. You are choosing to not exit the trade. That's not being trapped. That's you just being a stubborn baboon. But again, I concede. If your broker is broken and your platform is broken, in that sense, you're trying to hit the get out button and you can't, that is trapped. You are literally trapped. Which is why here's my favorite question when people are like, oh man, I'm trapped in this trade. I'm like, oh man, did you let your broker know that you're having technical difficulties? And they're like, oh no, my broker, my platform's fine. I'm like, yeah. So in other words, you're not trapped. You're just being stubborn. Daniel, I like the 50K and the 150K. Can't there be mental traps? I don't know. Can there? Yeah, I think that's what a trap is. It's a mental thing. What mental thing? You being stubborn. Best thing I heard all week. Correct. The pattern day trend rule traps people. No, I disagree. Because you know. Okay, you are trapped, but it's like, see, now we're really parsing stuff out. But it's like a willing trap. Because if you're out of day trades and then you take another trade, yes, you are now trapped in that trade. But you chose to get trapped in that trade. If your power goes out or your broker just malfunctions, that's still not the same because that was like an unwilling trap. So no, I would say pattern day trading does not trap people because you are choosing to throw yourself into that trap. Man, see the language. You've got to parse stuff out. Do I have any open trade? Dude, I say this with all due respect, but yesterday you showed up and you tried to make it some sort of proof of concept that you know what's going on because I've been trading for 6 years. How have you been trading for 6 years and you don't look down here and you don't see open P&L and you don't see open P&L moving around? Like, how do you not connect those dots? As somebody that's been trading for 6 years. Do you see why that's such a logical fallacy? Right? I've been teaching math for 47 years. 2 plus 2 equals 7. I'm right because I've been teaching math for 47 years. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like, please don't fall for that logical fallacy. When somebody tries to imply that they know stuff because they've been doing something for a long time, all that means is they could be doing something wrong for a very long amount of time. It's kind of been the whole week though, Ty, right? The whole week has been goofy candles, it seems like. But to answer your question, for somebody that's been trading for 6 years, when the open PL says 0, that means I don't have an open PL, which means I don't have a trade on. Why do you look so upset? Because see, ad hominem. He just got exposed, and now he's doing red herring, which almost worked. Did you notice I said because? I almost let it happen. I almost fell for the logical fallacy myself. Ad hominem, red herring, one of those two. I'm upset because you've wasted 6 years of your life. That's why. To have been doing something for 6 years and then for you to ask that question reveals you have wasted the past 6 years. I'm upset about that. No, I will not smile and condone somebody wasting 6 years of their life. Man, I've been studying math for 6 years. The area of a square is length plus height. Can you imagine that? You've been studying math for 6 years and you think that the area of a square is length plus height. It's wild. Crazy. I would be upset at that person because I don't know what they've been doing. Sniffing paint or something. I don't know. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The internet is filled with morons. They live in their mom's basement and eat meatloaf. They are morons, so keep your distance. I'm so excited to go work at the house. Let's go. Now no, I'm singing. I'm singing. This is getting very, very chop right now. I could see a short up here. Maybe I'll take it, but I don't know. ONH is overnight high. Clay, you sound like Neil Diamond a little bit. Well, I mean, I was Neil Diamond's vocal coach, so that makes sense. I don't know about that. I guess that depends on how you define beginner. But as somebody that's been in the market for 6 years, I would not expect them to ask if I'm in a trade or not when right on my screen it says open PL and zeros. I would not expect that. That is where I would say, yeah, you've wasted some time here, brother. What are those red and green things on the chart? Yeah, so this is what we call an elephant, and that's what we call an alligator. I do the elephant and alligator method. And right now, that one guy is probably Googling the alligator and elephant method. Wait, what? I've been at this for 6 years. I've never heard of the elephant and alligator Where is it? Oh, it must be a secret. Oh, it's a secret strategy. Short at 681. Okay, so you're going to just... I'm assuming you're probably... I don't want to speak for you, but if I had to guess, you're playing some sort of form of a bear pennant and looking for the bear pennant to go down. That would be my guess on what you're doing there, McLeese. Oh, look. He's following the pattern that they all do. They get exposed with logic and now go ad hominem. Your community is very pathetic. You know what? Maybe. But we're not the ones that are asking about it after 6 years if I'm in a position or not. So, I mean, if you want to define that as pathetic, fine. I'm not sure what that category puts you in. Because you are the one that had to ask, again, your words, in a pathetic community. You're the one that had to ask that question. Yeah, you didn't think I'd remember your comment from yesterday about 6 years, but I did. No, I don't even know. Let's see. Again, I mean, I don't know what he could be a kid. I don't know. Maybe he's somebody working a dead-end job and he's just upset. I don't know. Okay, I'm guessing he's not American. So that makes more and more sense. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Now I almost feel kind of bad. Perhaps English is not even his first language. I don't know. I'm new to this, but I think we go from. Okay, cool, Daniel. So here's how you can best practice that. Thank you for saying you're new, so I'm going to help you out. So here, if you want to get the best practice, Daniel, that's cool. You think the price is going to go up. Great. But now you've got to turn this practical. I mean, how would you make money from it? So Daniel, tell yourself, if either write it down where you're at right now, or you can type it in the chat. Right where you're going to buy at as an exact number, where's your stop loss going to be at as an exact number, and where's your target going to be at an exact number. That's top tier practice. But just to say that I think we're going to go up, what that puts you at threat of is seeing it go up and then you say, oh, look, I was right, therefore I would have made money. Unfortunately, trading's not that easy. But Daniel, welcome, by the way. Great to have you. That would be the way if you want to maximize your time and practice the wisest. Give yourself 3 numbers. Well, okay, I'm gonna back off on his spelling. Look at his profile. I don't think English is his first language, so I'm not gonna razz him for spelling. But like, I am still going to. I mean, everything else is on the table. Does that make sense, Daniel? About smart practice? How do you build the 3 key numbers? Brian, very good question, but that is well outside of the scope of this. And that's all going to be different person by person. Now, there are some general frameworks to use, but yeah, that is, well, a great question, but quite a bit outside of this. Moogie, I'm about to start to bully you, boy. Make you cry. Wrap these around your neck, boy. You want some of this, Moogie? Come give it a kiss, Moogie. Again, friendly reminder, the markets are open on Monday. They close at 1 p.m. Eastern because here in America, it is Memorial Day. So markets they'll open normal time Sunday. They will close at 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday, and then they'll open back up at 6 p.m. Eastern. I think I'm going to do the open. I guess, if anything, make sure to subscribe and have notifications turned on. I still need to talk to my wife. I'm not sure if we're doing something for Memorial Day in the morning. But if we are not, I plan on being here for the open. Stop 6. Okay, you're missing a number, Daniel, unless I missed something else. Did you give an entry? You should have 3 numbers there, brother. Stop 640. Take at 740. So that's your target. Yeah, where's your entry at? But good, Daniel. That is wise practice. Very good. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna fly. Slow. You may never see me again if I do that one. Get in would have been okay. 690. There you go. Now you have very good. Okay, well now. Okay, well I'll be. That's good. You said 690, so you're already admitting to yourself that yeah, you'd kind of be underwater right here. But next time, Daniel, to improve upon the 3 numbers, if you can do that like ahead of time, even better. But there you go. Now this is good practice. This is good practice for yourself, Daniel. Good job. Thank you for being open to feedback. Unlike some of these people are like, you're mean. Why is he saying that why is he pushing back? Little jerk. Thank you for being an adult, Daniel. Please stick around here. We like your sort around here. Who was the one guy? Oh yeah. The one guy yesterday be like, stop being hostile to me. Stop trying to help me out. Why are you being hostile? Why am I being hostile? Because I'm sexy. All right, here we go. Pulling back a little bit. Good day, due to rejection and scale. All right, Eduardo. Oh, I see. All right, so you're wanting it to come back up. Okay, fair enough. You're wanting it to come back up to that level. Where'd Moogie go? He doesn't want any of this? You don't want any of this, Moogie? That's what I thought, boy. That's what I thought. That drop in oil is erased. Almost. Very, very close. That is true. This is not a live stream for... Yeah. This is not a participation trophy environment. I guess maybe we can put it that way. Oh, Evan? Yeah, there was something yesterday. I think it was MNQ had a spike, but NQ didn't. Or is it? Maybe it might have been vice versa. But we had that yesterday. Okay, Mookie, let's be very clear. That's the first time you've ever even seen a bicep. Because we all know here, you don't even have one, brother. That's the first time you've even seen one. I'm surprised you even know what a bicep is. That's crazy. All right, I'm going to try a short here if it comes back down. This is a bad trade. there's literally, okay. The wheels are, I'm trying to get the wheels off. I have my wrench and I'm trying to twist off the lug nuts of the bus right now. Why am I trying to get short when I'm literally looking at a hammer on the 5 minute at the 50 SMA? I don't know. I really don't know. But I am actively right now trying to take the wheels off the bus. That was crazy. That was crazy on my part. That was wild. What do you mean? What do you mean honestly? I literally had the order in there for a second. Clay's next move is what we would call it. No, that's the sad part. I wasn't even trying to be funny or trolling. Like, all kidding aside, holy smokes. Do you just do momentum scalps? I'm not sure what exactly you define as momentum scalps. But yes, I do momentum scalps. Is that the only thing I do? I don't think so. But again, I'm not sure how you define that. So maybe you would say all I do are momentum scalps. I would say no, not necessarily, but I'm open to the idea, depending on your definition, that maybe that's all I do. No, I did not, Philly. I did not make up for it. I went over to the property, worked. It was a good time. Oh, ducks. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going for it right there. Going for a long at the green line. Yeah, it is struggling right here. Quite a bit of choppy chop. Yeah, there have the payout front has been lacking this week, and I don't think I need to really go any further other than just saying if you watch Wednesday and Thursday, or I'm sorry, what? Yeah, Wednesday, yeah. So Clay, do you take daily payouts every day? No, I don't. No, I mean nobody does, but like, nope. So, I mean, look at the 21 EMA. This thing is doing work. Rejection, 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 rejection. Do we get another rejection? That's true. Barbara does. Greg, that's so awesome, man. I love to see it. I love to see your photoshopping skills. So, I want to know, though, like, how much have you taken out of it so far? Like, this account must have an insane ROI at this point. Hey, James. Well, good. I'm glad you got discharged. Hopefully everything is all right. Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, you're looking at a very good ROI right now. Thank you. I enjoyed this, and I'm looking to. Great, Brian. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back next week, brother. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, that's what I always tell people. I've yet to meet anybody that has experience that tries take profit trader and then complains about the daily payout phase. I've yet to meet somebody like, yeah, I really don't like being able to take payouts every single day. I'm not sure I'll ever meet anybody either that will complain about, oh, all right, I got to be careful. Holy crap. I forgot about that order. Yeah, I better just cancel that out now. Yeah, wow. That was wild. I totally forgot about that. My per hour is not good, though. Really? Well, what else would you be... Let me ask you this. What else would you be doing with your time? Whew. I stink, boy. I stink. See you Tuesday. No trading in the UK either. Well, there is trading here, Wainwright. There is trading in the USA. The market, the futures market. I think the stock market is totally closed. But the futures market is open for a little bit of time on Monday. Just as an FYI. I'm sitting here anyway, bro. So, I mean, I don't know if I agree then that it's a poor hourly rate because it sounds like you'd be there anyways. I forget that when I lean back, my camera goes fuzzy. New office, I'm going to get a new camera. So I'll probably seek some advice from those of you out there that, dang. That would be like, hey man, Clay, get this camera for a good, crispy live stream. Come on, man. That's stupid. Yeah. I use Take Profit Trader as my prop firm, and then through them I am using Tradeovate. There we go. I think I'm back. There we go. No, this used to be. It's old. I can't really rag on this camera. This thing, it's going to be hard to let go. We've been through a lot together. Okay, don't tell me right now though. I thank you, Raspberry. But like when I'm getting my new office set up at the new house, I will yeah. I'll be open to some of this stuff, but for now I'm kind of just okay, I think I have to take this short. Look at this candle. I am. And my stop will be up here. So the wheels will not fall off the bus. I may have a losing trade, but it by no means will be the wheels falling off the bus. Well, assuming it can get down to that red line. Okay, I'm at, ooh, kind of a rough fill. First target down there. Like I said, I've done the math. Even if I'm wrong here, the wheels, I'll still be plenty green on the day. Oh, beautiful candle. Come on, brother. If this gets down to, closer, I will move my stop down to it. No. Come on. Come on. Get down there. Push, brother. Come on, a little bit more. Let's do this, just so you can visually see what I'm looking at. If the price hits there, I'm moving my stop to break even. Because I still want to give it enough wiggle room to have a chance to keep moving, and I'm going to define that as enough wiggle room. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, so this will be a green trade. Now, the only question is this going to be a tiny, 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 tiny winning trade? Or a good, again, but no, come down, brother. Yep. Okay. So, all right, small. I don't know. I don't even know how much I made, but all right, I tried. Don't take profits too soon. It's going to make a new low. Listen, Bray. Just let me trade my system, brother. Because let's also shoot straight, Brayson Kelly. You don't know that it's gonna make new lows. You think it's gonna make new lows, but don't tell me it's gonna make new lows. You don't know that. You think it's gonna make new lows. Cheers, Brayson. Good. I don't recognize the name, but good to have you. Thank you for taking my feedback as intended. So I respect you for hearing what I'm saying. See, why can't we have more Brysons? They say something, I push back a little bit, and they're like, hey, man, I can respect that. Like, what happened to that skill set in America? What happened to that? Bryson, stick around, brother. I like people like you, brother. Oh, whoops. There's Pam's plant. There we go. Well, hey, if you want to help support the stream, if you enjoy it, if you want to help keeping it ad-free and just flat out keep the stream going, then code Clay, got to be all caps. Then with any of these prop firms, you will get whatever their current deals are. So right now, Take Profit Trader, which is who I use, love, recommend. I think they're the king of the business. If you use code Clay, you'll get 50% off and then 0 activation fee. And that is going to end on Tuesday. So you got a couple more days to take advantage of that, but that is a genuine good deal. Usually it's 40% off. So the 50% off is something that doesn't come very often either. So there is still time to take advantage of that. But I do understand some of you are empire building. You're using multiple prop firms. But if you do enjoy the stream, like I said, save yourself some money. Code Clay with any of these prop firms will help make that happen. And for everybody that has used Code Clay, thank you very much. From a very literal business sense, you are the exact reasons why there are no ads on the live stream and why I show up to do the live stream. Because at the end of the day, it's got to make business sense to be here also. So I do appreciate all of you doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. I'm going to head out for the weekend again. The markets are open on Monday. For Memorial Day, they just have an early close. I plan on being here Monday morning for the open. So make sure you turn on notifications so that you are reminded of when I do go live. Because usually I know I show up a little bit later. But that is the plan as of now. So everybody have a great weekend. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. On your way out, hit that like button. If you're not yet a subscriber, subscribe, turn on notifications. And again, use code CLAY, all caps. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.